What do you mean?
Like real? Like, is it like a Passion of the Christ thing?
No.
Or is it supposed to be like funny,
it's
stupid,
just-
funny?
No, it's not funny, stupid. It tells you that it's not based on anything real. It's just a movie.
Oh, what the fuck?
But it's a good movie. The
How's
story.
it not supposed to be based on anything real, but it's about Jesus?
Well, sure,
Does it?
but it's
Or
not
me,
about
Jesus.
it's not about true events. It's about somebody saying that God speaks to them and they do God's work. You know what I mean? And that's what they're saying and preaching.
Mm-hmm.
And people around him are saying, no, you're fake.
Okay,
You got a God complex. You're crazy. And he's like, he's just basically, I'm just doing God's work. This is
Yeah.
what God tells me, and I do. I'm not hurting nobody. Well, you got people following you. It's like, but I'm not asking them to follow me. They're just doing it.
yeah.
So you're saying that you don't believe in Jesus anymore?
No, I believe in Jesus. But I'm saying that's where the show goes. That
But it
leaves
makes you believe. It
but
makes
it's
you not want to
it's-
believe.
No, I believe in Jesus and a God.
My friend was telling me he kind of thinks that it had some message of like he was maybe the Antichrist, based on everything that you see in the show. He's charismatic.
I don't want to watch it because I don't
speaks
want
to people.
I don't
mean,
wanna
it's
watch
kind of
the
like
devil.
the From the Left Behind, right, where the guy that they thought he was the second coming of Jesus, but he ended up really being the Antichrist. It's just a theory. It's not what it.
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't see that.
saying, was the
He's
plot or anything.
if you watch it, he's basically it's hard to explain, man. He's not trying to do anything bad,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody calls him out like, what are your plans? What are your motives? Why are you getting followers? Why are you going here? Why are you going there? There's got to be a reason for it. He's trying to start a war. He's trying to this, and he's just like, I'm going here because this is where God puts me. If people follow me, they follow me.
Well, because everybody feels like someone has an ulterior motive with anything that
Yeah.
they do, right?
So yeah, and
But it can never be because it's. you just
there's
want to
there's
do
a
good
lot
things.
there's a lot to the story, man.
It's a movie or a show?
It's a series. There's like 10 episodes.
Oh, okay.
But
You already?
Okay.
there's him, and then the CIA following him, and they're giving you one
Yeah.
side.
Damn.
He's giving you one side, and you're kind of in the middle, like, all right, which side do we follow?
I'm gonna have to watch it then.
Bring it down.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
You got the music going?
I'll cut it in later.
Okay.
You can go ahead and just start.
Dun, dun,
What a
dun.
Or
douchebag.
Let E do the music. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Come on, E.
Just-
Come on.
I look
Play
like
something.
What's up, everybody? We're back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres, and to my right, I got my boy E with me.
Got to reintroduce me.
And his brand new
Ooh,
Bosa jersey.
Bosa, boy.
Y'all get to play this
Bosa.
weekend, man.
We do. I'm excited.
Happy New Year, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, first show of 2020. What's up?
What's
What
up,
up,
everybody?
And then to my left, I got my boy Eric. What's going on, man?
Not
I know
much,
you're
man.
super sad.
Nah,
We'll get into it. We'll
yeah,
get into it.
We'll get.
You're
yeah.
kind of sad and then kind of happy at
Yeah,
the same
exactly. Got to be optimistic.
time, right?
It's a new year.
He's happy.
Happy.
It might wear off in a month, but
Yeah, when
keep
the
it going.
season starts.
was
Today
cold,
we're gonna
man.
be
It was
talking
cold.
a lot of NFL playoffs, maybe a little bit of college football, and then we're gonna just talk about some shit later, you know.
Some
Yep.
shit. That's what I do.
And then on the ones and twos, as always, is my boy Brandon, the producer.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Happy
Feels-
New Year, man.
Happy New Year. First show of the new year, huh?
What does
Yeah.
2020 feel like?
Feels like 2020.
Right?
Feels like 4 more years of Trump.
That's like a that's like a weird number though, right?
Dun,
It,
dun,
it,
dun.
is, it is weird to hear it.
Like-
2020. It's like,
It's
but
like-
then again, like we've been hearing it so often because like with all the political shit, it's like, oh, 2020 is gonna be it, and so
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of doesn't have that New Year feel
But to me, this
You
is
know?
like the first year that it's like we're in the future.
because it's 2020.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
you know what I
well, then
mean?
you see all the memes on Facebook. Like when I was a kid, we envisioned 2020 having flying cars and
All right,
the
so did I.
Jetsons, and we're not
No,
even
that was in the
anywhere near
30s.
there.
When,
So it is disappointing a little bit.
when
Well,
were you a kid?
We
dude?
got pocket computers
like in the 70s,
in the 80s. I was in under 10, somewhere around there.
in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
87, I would have been 10.
you're old, dude. Are you as old as this guy or no?
No, I'm what 10 years younger, maybe, give or take.
Than him? How old are you? 40, 49?
I like to leave that off of the off of the radio, man.
Okay, my bad, dude. I didn't know you were so sensitive. A woman never tells her age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always rude to ask too. So
Mhm.
next time we'll just
Yeah.
when she feels comfortable.
All right, man. Let's. What do you want to get into first? Let's talk about college football.
You know,
first.
there's a
There you
lot
go.
in the
So
back.
so so
Lot
the
less controversial.
Longhorns. So the Longhorns won, which I hate. Right? Because then it just pumps you up for next year.
Dude,
And then you're sorely disappointed. Come
I watched,
September.
but I
Like-
didn't have no expectations. I
Dude,
just
watching. I didn't get to watch it because I was in the homeland.
Dirtville.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah.
did you take those pictures?
Dude, do
Got
you
that
know-
clay. He's like, I stared at that clay television, but nothing came on.
Dude, it's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. You know, I was thinking about this on the way back, driving back, right? And it's so crazy. Like, you just cross a river, and then the lifestyle completely changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the poverty level jumps drastically down. It's so crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Fortunate to be born in America, man.
yeah.
What did... But
I doubt
like,
it's the same situation going up north.
to Canada? No,
I
yeah.
assume it just looks like.
Yeah,
America
people say
other than
Canada's
speaking
great.
French, and it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right?
it's
I've
nice.
never been. You ever been to Canada?
What the fuck would I go to Canada for? It's fucking.
answer.
It's white and cold. What the fuck do I
It's
need there?
fucking cold.
Cold.
That's your favorite, ain't
The
it?
fuck I need there?
No.
Yeah.
Texans gonna lose in the playoffs. Shut up, Juan. The Cowboys didn't even make it.
Oh, whoa. Hey, we're talking college football.
Dude. So
Longhorns.
yeah, Longhorns. I mean, I didn't get to watch it, so I don't know how well they played. It looked like they played well, which it would have pissed me off watching it, because I
Yeah.
would have been like, "Where the fuck was this at all year?"
Yeah.
That's what everybody said at the end of the game
Right?
because they destroyed Utah.
Yeah,
Held them to 10 points.
Manhandled. I
Yeah.
mean, they did not look like a top 10 team that they were playing
True.
at all.
Yeah, I mean they look good, but you know, after the game, Utah quarterback came out and said, "Hey man, this was a vacation. That's how we treated it."
He says that because he lost.
Or
You
maybe
could
it's the
see-
truth.
You could see his frustration
Maybe
trying
it's-
to make plays because supposedly he was this big shot Pac-10 QB that was running all over everybody, passing all over everybody over there. He came over here, he was getting sacked.
I get
left
it,
and right.
but that's also called being underprepared. If
Well,
they're
of
not
course.
prepared and they thought they were just treating it as a vacation and they were good enough to roll to Texas because how bad Texas plays, and then you're not good enough that you should have game planned.
That's the
Sure, I
same
can see how
excuse-
he's. I
it's
can
the
sure.
same excuse Georgia
I can
had.
sure. I can see how you're
Yeah.
frustrated, but it doesn't look like Utah showed up at all.
My
Yeah,
brother
well,
Slim says that Texas game was dumb.
So take it how you want.
Yeah,
I mean-
I take it as a good sign. I mean,
I took last
know?
year's Georgia game as a good
Yeah.
sign too, and then look what happened this year.
Yeah.
I
I,
think everybody did.
I
But
took.
it's better than any.
I took Ellinger's word when he told me we're back.
Yeah.
I really believed him,
which is why he didn't say that this time.
and then he disappointed me.
To me, now instead of being pumped for next year, I'm just gonna be like,
Whatever.
let's wait and see.
we got-
Let's wait after like 4 games,
Yeah.
and then we'll.
We got people
Or
coming
after the
back,
OU
but we
game.
got two new coordinators that got to come in and put in a system
Yeah.
and hope that the kids get it
Mhm.
in one off season, and then they can make plays.
I mean, think it's been done in the past. Look
Yeah.
at Mr. Matt Rule from who was at Baylor. It took him a year and a half to
Yeah.
change the thing, and then he went back to winning above .500, and then look at him. They were in the whatever bowl they played against in Georgia this year.
Yeah, but we won't have a year with this team. They'll have an off season to put it together, and then the year to play, and then after
But yeah,
that,
well,
how
we
bad
lose
is
our
it?
starters.
How bad is it that Texas destroys Utah? Right? They look great against them. They're the only Big 12 team to win a bowl game. Every other Big 12 team lost. So the Big 12 team sucks. The Big 12 sucks, and then
Mhm.
Texas went 7-5 in the Big 12. Like, how terrible is that?
Yeah.
I don't know, let's get the NFC East guy.
That's so stupid.
How do you feel
Hey,
about that?
see, God damn it. Can we not hold off
Yeah,
those
let's get-
comments? until-
Let's get your opinion on that.
Let's get your
Yeah,
opinion on that. I
seriously.
mean, you're
This is
used to
bullshit.
playing in a terrible division.
It's supposed to be a
and
new
then-
year, guys. Come
you-
on. You guys are in the playoffs. Just leave it alone.
Let's yeah. All right. Whatever, man. The Big 12
it.
sucks. The
Yeah.
Longhorns won, and we're gonna wait and see.
We gotta wait and see. We literally come back with both of our starting wide receivers gone, right? Duvernay and Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep,
They're
they're
gone.
both gone.
So
Yep.
we're starting there. You know, Ellinger looked good, but he doesn't have wide receivers. So are they going to be able to get some wide receivers going that he trusts?
Well, they
that-
have some there that are gonna.
Well, yeah, you got Eagles coming in, and
Epps,
you still got
Jake
Epps
Smith.
and Smith, and is Brewer coming back?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll have Brewer. They don't
And
get
then,
him in the game much, but he's there. You know, so.
And then they were talking about moving Whittington to like a slot wide receiver as well because they're gonna be stacked at running back with Bijan.
I like Eagles. I think Eagles could be the next Duvernay.
Your
Yeah,
boy
I agree.
Bijan.
He's big, fast,
Rondo,
strong.
what's his name?
Bijan.
Roshan.
Roshan.
Hey,
Whatever,
he's
man.
Yeah.
great QB turn running back.
No, that's Roshan Johnson. I'm talking about the new.
The new running back.
Remember what you called him?
Mm-mm. I
Bijan
don't remember
Mustard.
shit. Bijan.
Bijan
You don't
Mustard.
remember?
Did I say shit and I don't fucking remember?
You mean he's
Oh
still in
my
high school?
God. No, he's coming
he's a
this
recruit
year.
coming in. Yeah.
No, he's okay.
He's a high.
Yeah.
He's a 5-star, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the best top running back in the nation.
man.
Yeah.
Well then.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We'll see.
And then
That's I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Ohio State loses to Clemson in a great. Dude, that was a really good game.
I saw
I was better at the game than the
pieces
first
of
game.
it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Oh
much.
well, the first game was
OU.
LSU and OU, and OU never shows up for shit. So you know they weren't
They
gonna put up
got-
a fight.
I mean, they didn't
Mashed.
show up in the first quarter.
No,
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they
it
got
looked real
smoked.
bad.
they got taken out.
But that's pretty much what everybody thought LSU was gonna do, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, but that was pathetic.
Yep.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
pathetic.
it looked bad, but
My boy
It was really
Fonz
bad.
says San Francisco is trash.
hey, thanks,
I
Fonz.
agree.
We don't give a shit what you think,
I agree.
but I appreciate the opinion.
Right,
Everyone's
thanks for chiming
entitled
in.
to their own opinion.
Thanks
for
chiming
watching.
in. Fuck you. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Oklahoma sucks. Still.
Yeah.
So who you got in the championship, dude? LSU and Clemson. Like I want to pick
I-
LSU so bad, but fucking Trevor Lawrence is sick, dude.
Yeah, but so is Burrow.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
So is Burrow, dude. He's
I
playing.
think this Clemson defense is gonna be the best defense they've played all year because they're good.
I mean, they slowed down Ohio State, which is
Yeah.
not an easy thing to do. But LSU just looks unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
Dude, they look
They
so
look
fast.
unstoppable. Yeah.
It looks so fast what they
I
do.
can't remember the guy's name, the wide receiver that scored like 4 touchdowns against OU.
I don't know.
I mean, that dude is
He
just
had like
he's
2,000
NFL
yards
caliber,
receiving.
Yeah, I would.
just quality.
I don't see why it would slow down, or if Clemson could slow them down.
I don't know, dude.
I would go with LSU.
It's gonna be a good
They
game.
just
Either
look,
way,
they
it's
look
gonna
too,
be a
too
great
quick,
game.
too fast.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a great game.
it's so crazy, dude. How does Texas lose to them by 6, and then they just boat race OU?
Yeah, they're sort of like the Utah thing. I don't think they were ready.
So crazy.
I don't think LSU was ready.
No,
You mean
oh
OU?
for us
When we played,
Texas?
when we played,
Oh, when we
Yeah.
played. Oh, I see.
yeah, I don't think they were ready.
I don't know, dude.
Because our defense really didn't shut them down. They put up 40+ points.
Yeah, but we put up a bunch of
Yeah.
Well,
points.
you would. I don't want to say they weren't ready because we were a top 10 team at the time. So
That's
it's not
what I'm
like they were
saying.
coming in playing an unranked team and expecting
And it
to
was
blow
the
us out.
second game of the season.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
know,
but
I don't know.
I think the rankings outside of 5 really, it's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
Fucking look at what Utah went in there and they got spanked by Texas.
Yeah,
and
that's
we're
true.
unranked. So.
So who you got? LSU,
I
Clemson.
think I'll stick with LSU, man.
LSU.
Agree, LSU.
LSU. I'm going Clemson, dude.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, I'm going Trevor Lawrence. I like that kid. You know what I mean?
They're both gonna end up in the NFL. That's for sure. Both
Yeah.
Burrows and Lawrence.
For sure.
Yep.
Burrows will be #1 pick if he goes this year, which it's looking like he will, especially if he wins.
Yeah.
Fucking Cincinnati.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know they were happy when LSU beat Oklahoma. Cincinnati was rooting for him. Like he's gonna be #1. He's gonna be our
Yep.
pick.
I bet.
We'll see.
All right, man. Let's get into the NFL. The Cowboys are sucking
Oh, God,
sucking
here we
ass.
go.
They're terrible.
Here we go.
Dude, but I mean, is that new?
Again.
It's
hey,
not new.
Again.
We've been saying that forever.
Again.
They're so bad.
Again.
They're bad.
Oh, Cowboys always in your mouths, right?
No.
Always. We're not even in the playoffs.
Yeah.
People still talk about the
We,
Cowboys.
well, it's because we didn't have 2 shows.
Yeah,
You know, we skipped 2
well,
shows, so we got to get it out right now.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
How about we talk
We-
about the good things?
We skipped 2 shows.
The Mike McCarthy hiring.
It could be a good thing.
I think it's a good thing.
Maybe.
The guy has a great track record, and he spent all last year
Dude,
A great track
refining
record
his
for what?
craft.
I'm gonna
His
call him
craft.
Ricky
He didn't,
Bobby.
he didn't look very good the last 3 years in Green
Everybody,
Bay.
everybody has issues. The only one that hasn't had issues is Bill Belichick.
I'm gonna call him
I'm
Ricky
just
Bobby.
saying- I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He's
he-
too
he's-
fat to be Ricky
he's
Bobby.
won what?
No, dude,
three-
you see him when he went to
Gone to
the
3 NFC
his
championship
press
games, won
conference?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's with Aaron Rodgers. Y'all don't have
No,
Aaron Rodgers.
That's not the point. Yeah, but they had just Aaron Rodgers and hardly anybody else.
No, dude, they had some
An
players.
Okay
Come on, dude.
defense and
No,
They
okay
had a
Jordan-
good defense.
Jordan
They
Matthews.
had
okay
good defenses.
offense.
Clay Matthews.
No, they had the what was the wide receiver
Well, they had the one that
Devontae
Cowboys have
Adams?
now. They have
No.
they had Randall Cobb.
when they went to the Super Bowl? I thought it was something Matthews.
No, that was a defensive guy.
Yeah, that's Clay Matthews.
Yeah.
Clay Matthews, man.
Defense.
Was it not Jordan Matthews?
No.
No, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
What's his
When they won the
fucking
Super
name on
Bowl?
offense, dude. He was a wide receiver, caught a lot of balls. Yes.
Jennings. Greg Jennings?
No. Mike Jennings is who you're thinking.
No.
No.
They let
Greg
go of Mike
Jennings
Jennings.
played with the with the Packers.
They let no. Okay. They no. Not him. Not.
There's no Mike
not,
Jennings.
Not a
Some unknown
not
receiver.
Cobb, not Randall Cobb. He was a fucking wide receiver.
Devontae Adams?
No, not Devontae Adams.
Damn.
Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson.
Oh,
there
the
you
white
go.
dude.
The Great White
Yes.
Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
Jordy
white
Nelson.
hope.
Dude,
Yes.
they had some players, man. They
Yes.
had a lot of
Yeah.
players.
Hey, we got players too. That's what I'm
No.
saying. We may not have Aaron Rodgers.
Because we don't know
caliber QB.
if Cobb is
But that
coming back.
matters.
We don't know if Cobb is coming back, right? Or not Cobb,
Amari.
Cooper.
Yeah,
You don't know if Cooper's coming back. You don't know if Dak is coming back.
he will.
If you don't get Dak, you know who's going to be y'all's quarterback.
Cooper Rush. No,
Tom
That's what I'm
Brady.
I don't
So
know.
you're going to be.
Hey, you never know, right?
no,
Tom Brady.
no, you know.
You never know. Hey,
No.
he's not gonna be with the Patriots anymore, so we'll see where he lands.
Dude, I
Unless
was
he decides to
thinking
retire.
it was going to go, y'all were going to hire Josh McDaniels and then bring Tom Brady over. That would have been the perfect setup right there, dude.
That's if you want. But yeah, I mean, having people try to get Josh McDaniels and nobody's got him.
Yeah. Well, Denver got him.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. I think
He's-
a lot of
he's
it,
sit-
a
he's
lot
sitting
of it has to
steady.
do with Jerry Jones. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't want to play for Jerry Jones
Yeah.
or coach for Jerry Jones for that matter.
Yeah.
He
I
could-
don't know, man. I mean, the hire's good for y'all, but
Better know clapping ass, soft ass Jason Garrett.
He's an upgrade from the
We
Clapper.
have to wait to see.
Yeah,
We
he's-
have to wait and see.
I think he.
I think he has a better record. I would think than
Yeah,
the
but
Clapper
he's had a
does.
better quarterback.
and he's always
True.
wanted to.
Aaron Rodgers is going to go into the Hall of Fame
Yeah, and
when his career's over.
and we don't know what Dak is. He's too new to his career.
But
so we
he's
don't
not
know.
going to go in the Hall of Fame. I'm telling
You
you that
never
right
know.
now. No, I know. Trust me.
Hater.
That's not a hater. It's just I know
hate-
what I see.
okay.
Y'all were sucking his dick all year,
Er-
and I was telling y'all he wasn't good all year, and then look what happens.
no, he did
They
great.
didn't make the playoffs.
He did great
Dude.
statistically.
Stat-
Hey, he did great statistically.
yeah,
can't
that's
argue
a
that.
Cowboys fan right there.
You can't argue that.
Hey,
You
we
can't argue
went
that.
8-8, but hey, he had a great year statistically.
Hey, don't get me started with y'all almost losing to the Bills.
Hey, were we
Y'all
in the,
shoulda
were we in the
lost to the
playoffs?
Bills.
We
Y'all
should
shoulda
have.
lost to
I'm
the
not gonna
Bills.
say we shouldn't have. We should have, because we'll get into that in a minute. But
Yeah,
'cause I want
okay.
to finish talking about the coaching hires. But yeah, so you know, as a Cowboys fan, you're happy, right?
I'm happy. I'm
Okay.
happy. It's a plus.
You think it's good?
I think it's an upgrade over Garrett.
I think we gotta
Sure.
wait and see.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a surefire. It's gonna be great, but I do think he's an upgrade to Garrett.
Early,
I mean,
early
his
prediction, we make the playoffs.
record wise, yeah. But to me, and he's won a Super Bowl, so yeah, he's an upgrade like that. But he's also had one of the best quarterbacks in the league, dude.
He'll run the best quarterbacks, but
You
you're
know?
making a trade off. He's going to the Cowboys where he's gonna have a better offensive line than he's had at Green Bay.
Oh, I
He's
don't know
gonna have
about that, dude.
he's
'cause
gonna
They
have a
had
better-
they had some stacked offensive
They-
lines.
Not
at
not
Green
like
Bay.
the Cowboys. He's not.
Oh,
he's not.
dude.
They just
he's-
had a
hold-
great quarterback.
he's
that
not gonna
can
have
Their
escape.
offensive line isn't as good
He's
as
not-
it was back then, dude.
Well, it's not, but they can build that up again. But he's not gonna have. He has a better running game that he didn't have at Green Bay.
Yeah.
with
Maybe.
I don't even
Zeke
think he
looked
really
fucking
had a
And he,
terrible
running
this
game
year.
at
I
Green
think
Bay.
I think
Zeke
he's
didn't
gonna
look good this
he's
year.
gonna have a
He
better.
was mediocre, but that was still better.
He's
than
gonna have a better
most
defense.
of the running backs out there
No. Well, and yeah,
in the NFL anyway.
yeah.
So he may not have a better quarterback, but I think he has some better things with Cowboys that he didn't have with Green Bay.
He just needs to
that
have
he can build
a great
around.
QB coach
Yeah.
that can.
He
that
can
can
build
build back
around
up.
that, and no telling what he can do with that. Maybe he doesn't have the great quarterback, but he does have some other great components.
If
Yeah,
he,
but-
if he
but-
gets Dak
but-
to throw it within the first 3 seconds,
But if
We'll
you
be
look,
okay.
if you look at his offense, the way he ran it in Green Bay, it was a pass happy offense. It wasn't a run
Because they
offense.
didn't have a running game.
yeah.
Now
No,
he's going to
dude.
be able to be like, oh, shit, this is what happens to the passing game when I can run the ball 100-plus yards?
That and all he
Shit,
did was
easy.
watch film
I don't know.
the
man.
I don't-
entire
I don't-
year he was out.
Yeah, I don't need a
To
great
improve his
Aaron
craft.
Rodgers when I got a running back that can put up 100-plus a game. I don't need Aaron Rodgers. I can have an average quarterback
Yeah.
back there making great throws.
I don't know, man.
Dude, that's all. That's
As
all
long
they
as you
need.
protect
Good luck
him,
finding
fine.
an average quarterback that makes great throws.
Find an average quarterback that makes great throws.
They already have
That's
one.
why they're average,
Yeah, but
because they don't make great
He
throws.
he doesn't make great throws when he's rushed. When he doesn't know, he's always trying to save the play. But he's acting like Romo when Romo was rushed. Romo would run around, try to do all this stuff, save the play.
No,
throw a
because
pick.
Romo was accurate, dude. Dak's
No,
not
Romo-
accurate.
No, Romo. Well, yeah, but Romo
Dak's
can,
not accurate, and he
Dak
doesn't
can-
throw the deep ball very
Dak
good.
can, well, Dak can throw the ball when he has 3 seconds to throw it. Like, get off
I
the
don't
line,
know.
throw it. We're good.
Yeah, if he's
Anything
throwing
more than that-
5-yard ins to Jason Witten,
Anything more than that, and it gets
it's
a
not
little
going to win you the
complicated.
game, though.
we'll see, man.
My boy Hector is commenting, new Cowboys coach is trash. He's stuck in his old ways.
We'll see.
But he hasn't done anything lately. He's trash. That coach ain't doing crap. He needs to adapt. He hasn't adapted to what new NFL is heading towards.
That was
I mean,
That's a lot. That's a lot of coaches.
that was Aaron
honestly.
Rodgers' big complaint with him when
Yeah.
they let him go. That he wasn't adapting. He wasn't doing anything aggressive. He's not changing the way that they're playing.
Yeah.
So they ended up cutting him. But
Again,
we'll see.
Again, he spent all last season,
this past
perfecting the
season.
craft, right? So we'll see what comes out of that. Either
Could
he
be.
was
All right, look. Hey,
he was bullshitting,
Green
or
Green
he
Bay.
did a
Maybe,
job, or he actually did improve.
Green Bay.
Well, they're keeping Moore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Bay got rid of him. Got into new coach,
Yeah.
and they're 13-3. So
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
Hey,
I-
Hey,
Because
that's just like saying when
last
Barry
3
Switzer
years-
took over after Jimmy Johnson, he did a great job. He just kept the status quo. He had Jimmy Johnson's team, so give it another year, and then we can
but
say
the Green
whether
Bay
it was-
Packers aren't Dallas
we'll-
Cowboys.
we'll
though.
see.
No, I'm talking about the Cowboys of the '90s.
But that's what I'm saying. The Green Bay Packers this year aren't the Cowboys of the '90s.
Well, no, of course not. But they
But that's
still
what
have
I'm
a great
saying.
quarterback.
No, but you can't compare them if it's not the same
It's-
comparison
it's
in
a
team.
similar
It's
comparison.
not, dude.
You got to give it at least 2 years
No,
to
you're-
determine whether it was the team.
No, but
or
you
the coach.
can't compare this year's Packers to the Cowboys in the '90s.
I'm
Team-wise.
saying
Talent
the
wise,
scenario.
talent
The
wise.
scenario.
No, the scenario you're right, but talent wise, it's a difference.
No, of course, of course.
But that's why Switzer was able to do that was because of how talented that team was.
exactly.
It's different when your team's not that talented and then you run out 13-3.
I don't
Okay.
know.
You
I
know
think
what I mean?
Dallas has
okay,
some talent.
but
dude.
we'll see. We'll see.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
they're
we're talking
talented,
about
yes.
Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay.
Yeah. I didn't see Green Bay going 13-3 this year.
No, I don't know. I don't know if anybody did. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I'm
Packers
saying.
fans did.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
That's the difference to me is the talent level in the team.
We'll see, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
all
Hey.
it takes is a head coaching change, and it changes the motivation, the morale of the team. They feel like it's new. There's a new spark there, and they play a little different.
Yeah.
And
You
and
never
in
know.
the fucking NFC East, that's all you need, really.
But they
All you need is
fired
2 more wins to do
Garrett,
it.
but the coach is still there. Jerry's still there.
yeah, what do you go to wide receivers coach or some shit?
No, Jerry's still there.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
They're
he's
going
talking
the
about
head
anywhere.
Garrett.
coach.
He's not going anywhere.
He's the head coach.
Well,
dude.
yeah, true, but
Yeah, that.
and that's the other thing. How well will McCarthy adapt to Jerry Jones being right there,
Yeah,
giving his
micromanaging the
opinion?
shit out of him,
Why aren't you doing this and why aren't you doing that?
picking players for him,
Yeah.
cutting players for him.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see, man.
Redskins had a good hire. They hired Ron Rivera. That's a good hire.
I actually think that was a good hire.
Yeah.
I think he was a good.
What I
quarterback. mean, good
think
coach.
their real
think
good
Cam-
their real good hire was not only Rivera but the defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
They pulled
Oh, yeah.
in everywhere that the Raiders and the Denvers took their last rated defense to like top 5,
Mm-hmm.
top 10 easy wherever he's gone.
Yeah, Del
And-
Rio's legit.
And that's good, dude.
Yeah, I just think he wasn't that great of a head coach.
Del Rio, no.
It didn't transition well, but he's a
No,
hell of a
there are
defensive
some
coordinator.
coaches that can't do it as a head coach. Like Wade Phillips is a better
Yeah,
coordinator
defensive
than he is
coordinator,
a head
yep.
coach.
I
But
agree
it's a
there.
good system that they brought in there.
Kubiak's the same way. You know, he's a better coordinator than he is a head coach. But
What
and
about
then the Panthers got your boy from Baylor, man. They went to go get Matt
Yeah.
Rule.
It's a hell of a
Why is
jump,
it my
man.
boy from Baylor?
That's crazy.
That's a hell of a
Because you
jump.
love Baylor.
And the
I
amount of
love
money
Baylor.
they're paying him. I
Yeah.
doubt it required that much to get him out of Baylor.
No.
It would, to me, it would have been like a very good pizza and $5 million. I would have been like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. But
Yeah.
hey, I mean, more power to him. He negotiated a great contract. Tell you that much.
Yeah,
Making
man.
moves.
And then the Giants hired Joe. What's his name? Joe
Johnson?
Joe Judge?
No,
Judge. I
Joe
think
Judge,
it
yeah,
is.
Joe
Is
Judge.
it Judge?
Is it Johnson? I thought it was Joe
I
Johnson.
thought it was
No,
Judge.
I had it written down. Hold on, I just didn't want to back it
Joe
up with
Judge.
shit. There it is.
Judge.
It's in-
Judge.
Joe Judge.
Judge.
Joe
Judge.
There you go, man. Good job, dude. On
I-
point over
sometimes,
here.
dude, sometimes I retain shit up here. Why would I know Joe Judge? I don't fucking know.
Joe Judge. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Wide receivers coach,
That's a big
special
jump.
teams wide receivers coach.
That's a very big jump.
Supposedly he comes highly rated from Belichick. So I mean, maybe
think-
that's why you hired that guy.
I
don't
think
know.
they're hoping
Desperate.
that being in that Patriot,
Yeah.
franchise, that pedigree that he rubbed off, that
Yeah.
Belichick would have rubbed off on him. I think when they had talked to Belichick told him, "Hey man, I've had this guy in on my meetings and showed him as a head coach what I look for, what I'm doing, things like that.
Mhm.
You know, kind of like getting him ready for an assistant head coach position.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of weighed heavily on them picking him up. It's like, oh man, if he's been training under the great Belichick, you know, maybe he can bring a little bit of that in here.
Yeah. And they interviewed Clapper, right, for OC.
Mhm.
See if he gets that.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
Man, he may surround himself with great people to where
Yeah.
it ends up turning out to be a great pick. But I don't know, man. The Giants they need a lot of help.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in the NFC East needs help. I mean, 3 out of 4 teams got to need coach this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, just the Eagles the only one, and it's because they made the playoffs
Well,
by default.
I mean, they're good enough. They made it in the practice squad. Their fucking practice squad made it. It wasn't even their starters.
Yeah. Now
So,
most
I
of
mean,
them
that's
were
y'all's
Dude,
real.
I can't believe y'all lost to that
That's
team.
No, I
y'all's
agree.
real.
I agree.
And it's not they didn't win by default. They had to win their way in.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
won.
They
well,
earned
my,
it.
My,
They
my,
won
my
it.
point is,
You guys couldn't win
my
your
point is
way
the
in.
NFC East was terrible this year, and I admit, as a Cowboy fan, it was terrible.
Yeah,
You
true.
mean y'all were terrible?
Everybody was.
Oh,
terrible.
But-
okay.
Everybody in that division was terrible.
Everybody was terrible.
Finally,
But
somebody.
hey, that's why they all got new coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a change that need to be made. We'll
Um,
see how that works out.
Yeah, that's it, right? And then the Browns are still looking for a head coach.
Yeah, I
Nobody
don't know
wants
if
to fucking
anybody's
go
gonna want to go to the
Cleveland.
Browns.
Hell no.
That's
Nobody
such a
wants to
train
go to
Too
wreck,
much
dude.
damn
dude.
drama over there, man. The only thing
It's-
they got going for him is the what's his name? The commercials.
Yeah,
The goddamn cleaning the stadium commercials.
Baker
from- what's his
Mayfield?
name? Yeah.
and those are bad, man. I hate that shit.
Cutting the grass. Man,
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
They're gonna have a hard time filling that. It would have
no
to.
doubt about it.
You would almost think like, given the opportunity of someone coming from college into the head coaching job,
That would be the only
just
type of person that
trying
takes
to
it.
make that transition
Yeah.
to make a name for themselves. I know it's bad, but still you're trying to make that transition because you would think anybody in the NFL in the head coaching or assistant coaching or even the position coaches, they're gonna be like, no.
They were
It's
saying
a fucking
Harbaugh,
train
maybe
wreck.
you
Yeah.
know, 'cause it's in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, you talking about the one that plays for the coaches Michigan?
No, not What the fuck did I say? Harbaugh. I meant Meyer.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the one that's a talk show guy now. Or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
they were talking about
I
him,
mean-
dude. But it's his hometown.
I'm not gonna say that's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Are you
But-
putting your reputation on the Browns?
Yeah,
No.
that's the
Browns.
downside.
The Browns.
Hit great college.
There
coach.
is very small window of success there. And the bad thing is, I mean, on paper, they have a good team. Other than, we don't know about the quarterback.
Yeah.
no, they don't have
Using
a
that
good
word
team.
again.
Dude, their
the word of
players aren't
2020.
bad. Landry, OBJ,
OBJ
Nick
wants
Chubb.
out, so he's not playing.
Nick Chubb, fucking Hunt.
Hunt was on a 1 year though, right?
Yeah,
So he'll be gone this year.
Okay, but if they can maintain their squad, they have talent there. The defense wasn't that bad,
Still need a quarterback.
but you need a quarterback. But can
Lot of
somebody?
hype again.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't take much for like a really good head coach
Maybe
to
Tom
go in there
Brady
and
goes
mold
there.
that. You know what I
Tom
mean?
Brady goes there
No, fuck
with
him,
OBJ.
dude. He needs to go somewhere that got a line that can block.
He
for
will
him.
not. He'd probably retire before he goes to the Browns. I think.
Maybe he goes
Karina
to,
says hello. What's
maybe
up, Karina?
He goes to Denver
Peace.
with Josh McDaniels.
Maybe. I mean, it'll be
like
a bidding war,
like
that's
the
for
great
sure.
Peyton Manning. He's like, all right, I'll go to Denver, then retire.
No.
Maybe Brady does the same.
I don't know. We'll see.
Got John Elway got him on the phone like, hey, big dog, come down here and win yourself another Super Bowl.
No.
Dude, why you always shut my shit down? You're
'Cause
just
I
like,
don't see
no.
Oh no!
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Party
I
foul.
need that.
That's
I
what
need
happens.
I can't get it.
Sounds like
Hold on.
I was gonna sit here.
Do you want me to get that shit phone of yours?
Whoa. I know, Ross. Let me check everything else.
Why is it a shit phone, dude?
Because it is.
If
Oh,
you would have
hell,
dropped
here
your
we
phone
go.
like that, it would have broken.
Probably, but
Mine didn't. No, dude. I think he's going to the Cowboys, right?
Oh,
who?
Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Dude, that would
I mean,
be.
I think Jerry can offer him the money he wants, but I don't know if he'll go there, man.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know, dude.
Hey, you know Jerry Jones would lick his lips at an opportunity to get Tom Brady, dude.
Only his lips.
Hey, he's probably courting him right now.
dude.
his
I mean,
lips or somebody else's
he
lips?
he always wants the Cowboys obviously to be the attention under the spotlight. Could you imagine if y'all had Brady all off season? That's all anybody would talk about.
You know, as much as I hate Brady, really, I hate the Patriots. Right? It would be weird to kind of root for him now
Dude,
if he's part of the Cowboys. But
that's-
hey, I mean,
That's all anybody would talk about.
Yeah.
All off season
that's
workouts.
true. It'll keep it in
Brady,
that's for sure.
Brady, that Cowboys, Brady, championship, Super Bowl. That's all we'd fucking hear.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
until it doesn't happen, and then it's like, well, what happened? Well, it wasn't Brady. It was this. It was this. It was that. It was the coach. It was this.
Did you hear they asked McCarthy about
The catch.
The catch?
Yeah.
That shit was
Yeah.
funny, dude. But anyways, man, let's get into some good shit. Some teams that actually matter.
No, here we go. The scrub.
First NFL win of the 2020 football season, dude.
Barely.
Texans.
Yeah,
Barely.
The Texans.
barely.
Dude, I was
If Josh Allen
So-
wouldn't have made some
Been an
mistakes
idiot.
towards the end,
Yeah.
dude, what do you mean he made mistakes? Our defense caused turnovers.
okay,
Well,
but he made some bad throws
It was
and some bad decisions.
He tried to.
He was trying to
keep
do
the play
too much.
alive.
Our
Yep.
defense turned up the fucking heat, bro.
However you want to see it, sure.
Yeah.
But
He was trying to keep the play alive, and
But
that allowed JJ
a
to
rookie
sack him.
quarterback took you out of the fourth quarter on a Bills
He's
team.
not a rookie.
Josh Allen, I thought this was his first year
Oh,
No.
Josh.
stepping in and playing for the Bills.
Oh yeah, this is first year.
Is it?
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
He didn't play the first. two
No,
games, I
the
think,
the
or something
one
like
from
that.
the Panthers. That's not his first year, right? Allen. What's his name? His name
the one
isn't
that took-
Josh Allen.
No, wait, the one that took over for
For Cam.
Cam Newton,
Oh, what is his
something
name?
Kelly.
No, it's not Kelly. It's Allen too, but I
Okay.
can't remember what it is.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
Anyways.
Yeah.
the one that plays for the Bills
No,
that almost
dude.
took it to
So
y'all.
Hey, he's a great
I'm
quarterback,
watching.
I
I'm
think.
watching.
He just
Dude, he
makes
looks
mistakes.
really good. Yeah.
he's just a rookie that makes mistakes.
So I was watching that game, right, and then the whole first half, I'm thinking like, this is how all the Texans games go. If you've been watching them all season, which I have been, they don't score in the first quarter. I think we've got like 6 points in the first quarter all year.
Are
So
you
I
kidding me?
never. No, I'm serious.
Damn.
So I'm like, I never expect us to score in the first quarter, and then the second quarter we don't play very good either. We're a second half team. So the whole time I'm sitting on the couch, they get this 16-point lead, and I'm like, we're gonna come back in the second half. It's gotta happen. So then Watt gets that sack, and then fucking everything turns around,
Yeah.
dude. Deshaun starts making plays, playing out of his mind. We hit Hopkins deep for a big
The one
40-yard
towards the
pass.
end, I think it was right before the last touchdown they scored, where they came they came at Deshaun Watson, and like he took a big hit. For some reason, he didn't fall to the ground, spun around.
No, that was on the last play.
Oh, was that the last play?
It was the second
was-
to
I
last
know
play
it's
because
like
it was
the-
before we
yeah.
kicked the
Touchdown.
winning field goal.
Yeah.
That's what put him into the field goal.
I mean, that
range.
was
Yeah.
a hell of a. I'm not gonna
Dude.
lie. I was like, how did he not fall?
No, dude, he got hit
guy
by
came
2
and
guys
speared him.
running full speed.
That was
Spun
honestly, that
out
was
and
fun to
then
watch.
hit their
That
old
was fun to
running back. Dude, it was so good.
That was
that
fun to
game-
watch.
But to me, man, the play calling, Bill O'Brien, dude. If something's holding this team back, it's fucking Bill O'Brien. We're up by 3, right? We're going in. We're in field goal range. There's like
Oh, kick it.
there's like a
Yeah.
minute something left.
I thought the same thing.
There's like a minute 30 left. It's 4th and 1, and I'm like, dude, kick the field goal.
Kick the
And
field
then
goal.
the whole time I'm thinking that, right, sitting in my living room, I hear my father-in-law from the other room just scream, "They need to go for it!" And I'm like, "No, they don't.
And what do they
Take
do?
the points."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, they need to go for it because if they get it, the game's over." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, but if they don't get it, they got good field position, and all they need is a field goal to tie it, to send it overtime. Then who knows what the fuck's gonna happen, right?"
And what
So-
happened exactly?
So then we get stopped when we should have kicked the field goal and then kicked the ball off and made them go the whole field to score a touchdown, which to me, our old co-host that used to be here, he texted me right away after Buffalo scored their first touchdown. He was like, "Oh man, what a drive." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not worried about it."
Mhm.
They threw the kitchen sink at us in their first drive. That tells me that their offense is done. They're limited.
Mhm.
That if they had to do all that to score a touchdown on the first drive, their offense isn't going to do nothing else, which they didn't.
Oh yeah, that was proof in the drive in overtime.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, take the 3 points, make us up by 6. They have to beat us by a touchdown, which is not going to happen. And then these fuckers don't do it. They get stopped 4th and 1, go down and kick a field goal to tie it. Fucking overtime, man.
It was-
I was hurting, man.
I'll
My
bet.
heart was
I'll
hurting,
bet.
dude.
I
I was
bet,
hurting
man.
that whole game.
I would have been pissed had J.C. Garrett done some shit like that. I'm like, what the? And I mean, he's done stuff like that, which is why he got let go.
It's
But
so bad, dude.
not in the playoff game.
No,
That's terrible.
but
man.
we
Well-
won, so that's all that
Wait,
matters.
what do you think about that?
We pulled it out.
About the touchback that was waved off that turned into a touchdown.
Dude, what do you think
I
about it?
didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it? Can
No.
Can you pull that up, Brandon? It was what would you call that?
I mean, in some ways, I can see it. It's 50-50, I think.
It's a touchdown that was
Negated or
yeah,
something
negated
like
touchdown in Texans game, I guess.
that. Touchback,
um,
touchdown, or something like
Yeah,
that.
so what's happening, right, is the ball's kicked off, right? The Bills kicked the ball off, right? And our guy's in the end zone, and he's like, what, 8 yards deep in the end zone?
Very
So
deep.
he as soon as the ball's coming down, he does like the safe call, right? The I'm not coming out call, which is every player does it. You see him put their arms out like that, telling everybody that he's not coming out, right? So he catches the ball, he throws his rag on the ground or something like that, and then he's trying to flip the ball to the ref, and the ref's like, I don't want it, and then he just throws it to the ref, right? And the ref runs away from it like, oh, it's a live ball, so the Bills pick the ball up in the end zone, and then they try to say it's a touchdown.
It wasn't until it was
Well-
reversed later.
It was reversed right away.
Yeah.
Because then all the refs come in, and then the
Well, it was
backup
it
crew
was
comes
back,
in
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It was a guy
It's
on
like,
the sideline.
Dude, you can't
Yeah.
fuck this up, right? And even the announcers were like, come on, dude, this is common sense shit. He's giving himself up. This happens every single time on a kickoff.
Yeah, it just felt weird when you saw the ref
Yeah,
when he walked
rule it a
when he walked
touchdown.
back like
Yeah.
this when he threw the ball at him. I was like, what are you doing?
yeah.
And
It
then he
was
didn't blow the
super
whistle,
weird,
so
dude.
I was like, what? I don't know. I guess he thought it was still live, and which is interesting because it's the ref. It wasn't a line judge.
Yeah, it was a
wasn't
head
back
referee.
judge. Exactly.
Yeah,
The guy that's supposed to have all the experience.
yeah. Super weird,
So the
dude.
Bills didn't get the points then.
No.
Oh, well, it don't matter.
No, but,
Well,
I
but
mean, it would have
if
been
they would've
drastic
scored-
had they, because
yeah,
that
if
was
they would've
it was still
scored there-
16-0 at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been big time, dude.
Yeah, that would have been hard to come back from that. I had never seen that before. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I had never seen it
Human
either,
error,
dude.
man. Human error.
Big ass human error.
They're all humans. They make mistakes.
It's not like it's one of
Good
those where
thing
he's
we have
like,
replay.
where he caught it and he's
Yeah.
like trying to go out and it comes back in. It wasn't anything
Yeah.
like that.
No,
That
it
guy
wasn't
was
weird, dude. The
he
guy.
was almost at the end of the end zone. The
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, dude, it was super weird. But yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
dude, I mean, all that matters is that
Yeah,
we
one
won.
right
You know
there,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Probably.
All right, man. All I gotta say is, if y'all
What?
motherfuckers don't come out and score with Kansas City,
We've already beaten Kansas City.
Okay.
This year.
but the Kansas City is a little different. They're healthy again. Mahomes is playing good. Their defense is getting better. I'm just saying, y'all might not be able to wait till the fourth quarter to put up some fucking points.
True.
It might get out of hand quick.
I don't know.
You in this case you got to
And
play
if
the
y'all
whole
get
game.
by Kansas City with that shit, y'all definitely aren't getting by Baltimore with that shit. Because Baltimore put up 40 in the first half
That's
on y'all.
assuming
Yeah.
Baltimore beats the Titans. Obviously they're the favorite, but it's the playoffs. I mean, look, the Titans
Dude,
beat.
anything can happen in the playoffs.
Exactly. Titans beat the Patriots. I don't know. The Patriots weren't the Patriots of years before, but
You're sitting here running through it like it's set in stone.
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason they play the games. Who the fuck saw the Minnesota Vikings going into
Oh, it's this one. Yeah.
the New Orleans
Oh,
and beating them?
Can you move?
Oh, you're moving
Oh.
the cursor. Oh, there you go. Oh, you gotta
No.
replay it
Yeah.
if you can.
Oh, just hit play. Hit play.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So it was I don't know.
I mean, I don't think very many people gave the Vikings a shot at going in and beating New Orleans.
Yeah, I agree there.
And it was a close game all the way up to that last play where Kirk Cousins just throws that fucking 40-yard pass to Thielen and puts him right there
Yeah.
at the goal line. You're not going to get that from Kirk Cousins every game. That's just something that fucking happened. That's not the Kirk Cousins you're going to get every game.
No, well, which is why he's always been pushed. He's been moved around everywhere. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
it's just that's
he's-
not a consistent
has,
thing
like,
right there.
sometimes he looks great,
Mhm.
like a great quarterback, and then you're like, what the hell's going on, dude?
Yeah.
You're
So,
a veteran. You've been in the league at
It's
least a
just
couple,
one of
4 or
those
5 years,
fluke
6 years.
things that happen to New Orleans, just like every other fucking year that something
Yeah.
happens with them. It's just one of those things. They didn't get outplayed. Vikings weren't going there and just slapped their ass around. It went down to the last play, and Kirk Cousins got away with some crazy shit that you ain't seen from him before.
Yeah, but that was
Agree.
a lot of the games this weekend.
I
dude.
mean, that's
It
the
was,
playoffs.
I think,
that's
like-
the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, a lot of underdogs won this weekend, last weekend, I should say, but
that's what makes
that's
it
the way
exciting.
football goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. But sure.
I mean, it's
I
gonna be a great weekend of football. I'll tell you that much for the
Yeah.
matches that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great
then
weekend of football.
so the Vikings beat the Saints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Titans beat the Pats, which was another good game. Fucking dude, how many yards did Tannehill have thrown? It was like 60, right?
It was like 75, and
Dude, it was
and
bad.
yeah,
Oh, 'cause
Henry
Derrick
ran
Henry
for
had
Henry-
like almost
he ran like
180 or
180,
something.
185.
Yeah,
Wow.
Henry
something
had
like
like 900 yards
Dude,
rushing.
he was busting through them like they were a college team. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But I mean, in all fairness, Patriots aren't
Oh, supposedly they had the number one defense,
not towards the
number
end.
one
dude.
rated defense.
Not
is what
towards
they
the
had.
end. You didn't see it. If they did, you didn't see it. But
I mean, because they didn't
the
allow teams
Patriots
to
were
score
a
more than
shell
13
of
points.
themselves, man. It's not the
Did you
Patriots
put this
team.
back on the chat?
It's not the Patriots team you're used to seeing, for
No,
sure.
no, I agree there. I'm just saying their defense was
So,
highly rated
to
because
say-
they kept teams under 13
To say
points.
Tannehill was great and the Titans were great, that's yet to be seen.
Well,
Are they going to be able to roll Baltimore? No.
Well, you don't know
Tannehill
that.
may not, but they better stop Henry. That's all I gotta say, because that guy can bulldoze through a lot of people.
I don't.
I mean, he had over 2,000
okay.
yards.
Sure.
Scrimmage yards this year?
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Ridiculous.
he came on strong, and I think at the end of the year he led with like rushing yards. Sure, he's something to behold. But if you're the Baltimore's, who is probably the number one defense in the league right now,
No,
Gotta
New
be.
England ones.
Well, yeah,
okay,
the
so
Patriots
number
were.
2 or 3, they're up there,
top
right?
5 for sure.
They're up there, and your only worry is stop the run. Make Tannehill throw, which Tannehill has never proven himself to be a fucking Super Bowl rated.
The difference between
quarterback.
them and the Patriots is the Ravens have a hell of an offense. So even if their defense can't slow down Henry, they could probably outscore them.
They're gonna outscore him, and then it's gonna be like we can't run the ball. Now we have to throw. Tannehill Do you put your money on Tannehill?
3 picks. No, 3 picks.
I wouldn't. Out of that game, what quarterback am I going with that game?
Yeah.
Easy, Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
So,
that I agree
Do I
with.
think Tennessee's going to go through him? No. I don't think Tennessee will get past him.
I don't either, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I agree.
I think it might be closer than what a lot of people
I would
think.
be shocked. I would be shocked if Tennessee. I'm sure a lot of people would be shocked because Baltimore's picked to win the Super Bowl by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to see them go down to a Titans team that came out of nowhere, you're just like that'd be major upset.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
It would be.
Be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So you got in Baltimore Titans. You've got
I think
Baltimore.
Baltimore's gonna do it, dude. I don't.
you got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
I got
you got-
Baltimore too.
I'm hoping for a good game.
They've had 2 weeks to rest, and
That could backfire though too.
it can.
that
but
some
but
people have
Yeah.
been
It's not-
known to
it's not-
happen.
it's not only like the rest, and they could slow down, but they've had 2 weeks to game plan for the Titans and how to stop the run.
Well, they had 1 week
Well,
because they don't know who they were gonna play.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming you study both teams until
Yeah.
you know for a fact who you got. But
They're probably assuming the Patriots were gonna win though,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody else did.
you know,
Mhm.
I
Like, did you see the Titans going into New England and beating them?
yeah
You did?
I didn't think
Oh, wow.
Patriots were gonna win. I don't. I just
You're
didn't
one
see.
of like 10.
2.
Yeah, exactly.
No, dude. Not, there's a lot of people who didn't
Other
think
than the
Patriots.
Titans
You got
fan.
Tom Brady and fucking Edelman. What else do you got?
And they were
all you
still
need.
what 12
Belichick at
12
home.
and 4 this year.
Belichick at home.
yeah, they're
Right.
still, but they're playing in
New
I mean,
England.
Yeah, exactly. Home field advantage.
I mean, they're
Come on,
no,
dude.
no, they're
Super Bowl
playing in
champ.
New England, sure, that game. But I'm saying their division that they're playing throughout the year wasn't. It's not like they had a real hard schedule.
Well, I mean, they did
And
play
their,
the
their
Bills.
division is easy, other than the Bills. But the Bills always played them tough and played them tough twice this year.
Yeah, very close.
Very close. But and that's with the rookie Josh Allen's. So were they really great? I don't think so. Are they going to be able to? Were
I
they
don't
going
think
to?
anybody was saying.
Did
they
I
were
see them
great,
get past Kansas City or Baltimore? No. Titans. I was like, shit.
No, I
I-
mean,
I saw it
it was
falling
a
towards
surprise to
Titans.
everybody other than you. But
What?
I'm saying the Titan win was a surprise to
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay, so that's
That's one game.
Chiefs and Texans. What do you think is going down in that game?
So I don't like the Texans. We all know
Yeah,
that,
well, yeah.
right? But I have seen the Chiefs blow it in the playoffs. So
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, it's Andy Reid too, man.
Andy Reid is like the guy that gets really close
Yeah.
and but never gets there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it obviously there's something wrong with him. But I don't know. I can't call it right now.
if I'm picking Andy Reid at home or Bill O'Brien on the road, I'm gonna take Andy Reid.
But we beat him already.
Okay,
This
but
year.
this is the playoffs. It's different.
Exactly.
It's a
But
different environment.
Andy Reid's worse in the playoffs.
We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I don't
How
have
many
faith in is
playoffs
his
has
track
Bill
record.
O'Brien been to that he's actually went far? So we can compare. Because Andy Reid goes all the way back to Philly.
Yeah, he's had a longer coaching tenure.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna base my history on.
Yeah, and he hasn't won in the playoffs. So what are you saying?
And Bill O'Brien has.
This year he did.
Okay, and this year we'll see.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna pick fucking. Let me pick Andy Reid, motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Don't be mad.
No, well, you're sounding like they're gonna blow him out. Like
I
they
said-
don't have a chance.
You just said who's gonna win. I said I'd pick Andy Reid over Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
Alrighty
know.
then.
Who you picking?
I'm
in
still
that
undecided.
game? You got to pick right now.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
1, 2, 3, go.
Flip a coin.
There's no money on it. Just pick one.
Yeah, I know, but
What are you gonna lose?
His pride.
yeah, exactly.
He's already a Cowboys fan. He's barely got any left, man. He's
There's
gonna
like
salvage
that
it.
much, man. You gotta let me have it.
You know
He's
you want to
gotta
pick.
salvage
You want to
it.
pick against the other Texas team.
Well, I mean, I like rooting for the other Texas team, but I also don't like the other Texas team.
That's what's funny, dude. Is
So-
now we feel like kind of like what the Cowboys fans feel. Once the Cowboys fans season is over, they start hating on the Texans. So I just feel it
Because
now.
they have
Feel all
nothing
the
else
haters.
to do. Yeah, they're just like, well, fuck, let's start
Yeah.
hating on.
Yeah, man, we hit on
I hope-
everybody,
I
but
hope
yeah, we
they-
do hit on Texans a
I hope
lot.
they lose. I hope they lose.
Oh, of course.
So who you picking?
Just pick Kansas City.
I don't know. We'll see.
You know you want to. Just say it.
I don't. Like I said, I don't have faith in Andy Reid in the playoffs, but I hate the Texans. So I don't know, man. If it was a second half game, I'd pick the Texans. If it was a full game, I may have to go with Kansas City.
What the hell does that mean?
Like, because the Texans can only play one half.
Yeah.
If Kansas City plays the entire game and doesn't fuck up like the Josh Allen and the Bills did, they'll win the game. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, man.
Either way, it'll be
Y'all
a great
know who
game.
I'm picking.
Oh, of course.
Know what I'm saying? All day, dude.
Hey, man, you can. We can all be winners.
We're gonna go in there confident, man. You know, we already beat them this year. We shut them down already in KC.
So you know the game plan.
Deshaun knows what he needs to do. JJ Watt's back.
He was back last game.
Yeah, I know. And he made a big difference.
No, he made some difference. Yeah, he got some sacks.
Dude, some difference, dude. He's the one that got us going.
Got some sacks. Yeah, sure. But
you're crazy.
The crowd loves him, so he's a great crowd booster.
Well, we won't be at home this year, so.
Well, true.
But
hopefully
I got the Texans.
Hopefully he can keep them from putting up 20 or 30 points in the first half before y'all get a chance to get your motor going.
20 points might not be enough, dude.
Oh man. I break this.
Okay, so then who we got? NFC is Seahawks and Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a really good game, dude.
A really good game.
Yeah, I think Green Bay's gonna take it though.
I have the Hawks.
You have the Hawks?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Although I hate the Hawks,
dude.
I hate all teams, but you know,
man,
that's the way it is.
To me, it's like I was expecting the Seahawks to go in there and fucking blow out Philly, right? Because Philly sucks.
Yeah, because they suck.
But they didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. But both teams have winning quarterbacks. Both teams have proven quarterbacks.
It's gonna be a shootout, dude.
No doubt. I mean, it's gonna be the last team that scores is gonna win the game.
Yep.
Or the first team that.
Last team that has the ball.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
The last team that has the ball?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if Green Bay can get that running back, what's his Aaron Jones? If they can get that dude running like they have in previous games, Seattle may have their hands full.
Yeah, I agree.
Now you got to stop the running game and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I agree, but fucking you can't count Russell Wilson out, man. That dude.
I mean, you can't.
Makes plays, dude.
He's elusive and he makes plays, but.
And Lynch is back.
And they have it's not the top defense they had in years past, but it's still a great defense.
It's still a good defense. They're good.
Yeah, it's still good, but I don't know if it's enough to go on the road and beat Green Bay.
I don't know. I don't know.
And besides that, statistically, Seattle hasn't been playing well on the road.
Yeah. But
Green Bay plays well at home.
But I won't count Russell Wilson out.
Again,
that's why I'm thinking it's going to be a shootout. I still think Green Bay wins, but I think it's going to be a shootout.
I say Seahawks. What do you say?
Seahawks.
Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Yeah, I pick Green Bay.
Okay. Yeah.
Last game.
So the real one.
The one that doesn't matter.
San Fran.
What you mean doesn't matter?
Who are
it's
they
the
playing?
number one seed.
I just like doing that.
Who's San Francisco playing?
I don't know. Who are they playing?
The Raiders? No.
They're playing the fucking skull heads.
The Vikings.
The Skulls.
Dude, I can't believe the Vikings won still, dude.
I actually, and I'd hate to say this, but I think the Niners will win this one.
Y'all played them this season, right?
Yeah. Or was it this season or
last season?
I think it was last season.
They beat y'all?
But yeah, last season was bad. We were 3-13.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a total reverse of what last season was.
Dude, that Vikings team is fucking tough, dude.
I think they're scrappy, but I don't think they can.
They can run the ball like a motherfucker.
They can withstand the entire game.
The way,
if the Niners get ahead by like 2 touchdowns,
but their defense is sick too, dude.
This is the way I see it. They have a great running back in Delvin Cook, right? They have Dalvin. They have 2 good wide receivers in fucking Thielen,
legit,
and Diggs, legit. Yeah, true. And
Rudolph.
then you got Rudolph in there, right? So they have good weapons. What they don't have is a trusty quarterback that's been proven in anything. Everybody knows.
But he just proved he could do it in this last game.
Yeah, but how long has he been in the league? And how long have we been like, dude, what Kirk Cousins are we getting?
Okay, but what I'm saying is this last game might have finally
elevated
put him over the hump.
Okay.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
guess what?
Grew some balls.
Yeah.
Finally.
That game,
Could have gave him a bunch of confidence.
he's going to be introduced to Nick Ford, and he's going to be introduced to D Ford, Nick Bosa, D Ford, Quan Alexander. He ain't going to know what to do.
Why is the table going up?
He ain't going to look when
He's getting swollen all over here.
Oh, no.
when our front four is good enough to rush the passer to where we don't need to be blitzing teams to get the shit done.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins hasn't
That's
seen
gonna
that
be
yet.
tough.
He hasn't seen that yet.
That's gonna be tough.
Now, what does Kirk Cousins do when he's under pressure? Can he make those big time throws?
He's been
We'll see.
inconsistent.
Yeah, but
That's the thing. You don't know
the
which Kirk Cousins you're gonna get.
yeah, but the Vikings defense is really good too, man. And who fucking knows what you're gonna get out of Garoppolo?
That's our if. But the good thing is we have a 3-headed running back machine in the back, and they've all been running good. So you know what? Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball
Until you have to pass it.
until you have to pass it. And
Exactly.
when you do, get it in Kittle's hands.
Yep.
Because that dude's legit.
yeah, but I don't know, man.
I mean, that's it. Sure, Garoppolo hasn't been there, dude.
Because to
This
me,
is his first-
This Vikings team could stuff the run like a motherfucker.
They may be able to, and it may fall on Garoppolo, and who knows? This is his first playoff appearance.
Yeah,
We don't know what we're going to get out of Garoppolo.
yeah. To me,
But-
that would be the game plan, right?
But I
Go
think
in and
you would
stuff
have
the
to.
run.
I think they neutralize themselves out. Garoppolo being his first playoff game and a shaky Kirk Cousins, we don't know what we're going to get.
So you're saying it's a 50-50.
I say the quarterbacks neutralize themselves, so then you look at the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we have a defense. I think our defense is way better than theirs.
Yeah, well, because you're a fan.
Okay,
Their
their defense
Vikings
is better.
defense is legit. They're good.
I
They're
think
really
I think
good.
I think for the most part of the year we were rated in the top 5. Were they ever?
Yeah, but did you see what the Saints did to them?
The Saints did to their defense.
To y'all's defense.
Well, sure, but that's when we had 8 of our fucking defensive starters out.
And what did the Saints defense do to the Vikings?
They put up some points. I mean, they were then
It
in
wasn't
there.
no 40.
No, they were in there, but we had, dude, in that game, we didn't have Quan Alexander, we didn't have D Ford, we didn't
It
have
sounds like you're
Tart,
making a bunch of excuses.
we didn't have Tart, we didn't have Pearson as a safety, we didn't have fucking Richard Sherman that game,
It sounds like you're making
and
a
we
bunch of
still
excuses.
went to the Dome and beat them.
It sounds like you're making a bunch
No,
of
that's
excuses.
facts. Look that shit up.
And it could have been because, like you said, Garoppolo just had this, once in a lifetime game where he throws the ball good.
Could have, but he's been
You said about Kirk Cousins.
he's been throwing the ball. I would have said that if it wasn't, but he went in. He threw the ball at Green Bay. He was throwing the ball in Baltimore. We lost, but we by 3. We played Seattle, went overtime. We lost because our fucking rookie kicker couldn't make the kick. He beat Seattle again in Seattle. You know what I mean? I mean, he hasn't been playing just
What was
average.
the score for that?
For which one?
The last game.
We won by a field goal. It was like 26-23 or some shit like that. It was
Yeah.
it was a field goal.
I don't
But I'm
know,
saying
dude.
he hasn't been playing scrub teams, and he's been throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You haven't really seen us coming out
I
of a
don't think
game.
y'all's defense is that much better than the Vikings. I think it's a little better, but I don't think it's
Dude, okay,
by far
look.
better.
This is the first time we've had our full defense back since week 5.
Yeah.
Week 5.
So you
Well,
don't,
those first 5 weeks, the first 10 weeks, we were number 1, number 2 in
but y'all
defense
didn't
in the
play
league.
anybody. But y'all
and-
didn't play anybody.
But everybody we played, we held them under 20.
Okay,
with
but
that
y'all
defense.
didn't play anybody, and you know that, right?
Well, yeah, we had a soft schedule in the beginning, sure.
Okay, so when y'all started playing teams started scoring on y'all.
Baltimore put up. We took that game. I mean, we lost that
No,
game
I'm
by
not
3,
talking about.
but they put
Don't
up
talk
30.
about the final score.
Well, afterwards, yeah.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
the teams that
Sure.
they had good offenses.
They put up
They
points.
started putting points up on y'all.
Yeah, other than Green Bay. Green Bay
The
was the only one
Vikings
that
has a
did
good
it. They got
offense.
blew out like 31-3.
The Vikings has a good offense.
Sure.
Don't say sure like you
Yeah,
don't agree.
the Vikings have a good offense.
Okay.
It's their quarterback that's inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's the issue there. You don't
It
know
is,
the Kirk
but
Cousins that
Exactly. You could
It's
you
amazing
could
or
get you could
terrible.
get a terrible one, or you could get the same one from last
I think
week.
even if you got a good one, our pass rush is better than the Saints. So he's going to be under a lot more duress. And what is he going to be able to do?
that's
I don't know, dude.
that's they're gonna have to keep the running back in the back to have as an extra blocker to
So that
allow
takes
him time
Delvin
to
Cook
pass.
out. You know, and you got to hope that,
It's gonna be a lot of that.
you got to hope that Kirk Cousins can get the ball out of the hands quickly to his wide receivers.
I don't know.
I mean,
dude.
I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout and we're just going to blow it
That's
out.
what it
I'm
sounds
just
like you're saying, right?
I'm rooting for my team, and I'm highlighting all the good points. And
Yeah.
I'm saying our defense hasn't been this healthy and put together since week 5. So we're gonna have a totally different defense, and not only does those guys like D Ford and Quan Alexander coming back make a big impact, but they also give Bosa time to rest. He can actually get out and actually have one of these other elite players back in there still holding it down, and that makes a difference. We didn't have that before. Defense got tired.
I don't know, man.
I mean, as much as I hate it, I still got the Niners. But if I had to call by score, I would say like 21-17 or 24-21.
You got a close game.
Very close
Could be.
game.
You got the Niners, right?
Of course, I got Niners. What you think?
You sure? No.
Are you positive?
Did you just want to wear that jersey?
You saw Kirk Cousins, right?
I'm
This
not.
past week?
I'm not scared.
Yeah, I got the Niners too. They should win at home, man. And they got everything playing in their favor.
Exactly.
If they lose,
exactly.
if they lose, you know, fuck.
If
That's
we
a
lose,
choke job and a half.
yeah, if we lose, it's gonna be because we got outplayed. Just bottom line, whether we got outcoached or
Garoppolo fucking sucks it
or
up.
Garoppolo sucks it up, whatever. Sure, we got outplayed, but I'm not gonna be devastated. It's something good that we're building on.
It's certainly better than last year.
Garoppolo was hurt all last year. This is his first full season that he's been able to play, so it's not terrible. It's not like I'm gonna be like, dude, that dude's trash. It's yet to be seen. This is his first full fucking season.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got moving forward. And on top of that, we really don't have like any elite or top 10 wide receivers. We got Dante Pettis and fucking Dante Pettis, and we got Sanders in there, which is good now.
Team,
no, what's a Debo Samuels? Debo Samuels, Dante Pettis, and now we got Sanders, who's a veteran guy who's coming in clutch at times. But that's like really the only receiver we got other than Kittle.
Yeah.
Which is why you need to rely on the run game.
Sure, and that's why we got 3 stud running backs.
Yeah.
You know, so sure we got it, but
it's going to be a scrappy defensive game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And I would take our odds at home. So I'll take it, dude.
Good luck, man.
I'm gonna ride my boys all the way, dude. Of course. Am I gonna?
No, you haven't, dude. You've been like, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. You know.
Well, because I don't
care.
I don't like.
You know,
I don't like to.
We're having an okay season.
I don't like to put my
right. That's what it's been.
Dude, I don't like to put my foot in my mouth and you know, build them up and then get let down. So I like to just ride and be like, dude, we'll see what happens. They're great. I'm gonna pick my team and I'll give you all the upside. But I know it's football, and in any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Yep.
So
none of these games are for sure.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Bosa, Ford, and Sherman could break their fucking legs.
Sure.
You know, tonight.
Yeah. Or we could.
You never know, dude.
We could get
you never know.
We could get a gash in our ankle that needs stitches, and we
dude.
might not be able to cut on it.
Never know.
Yeah.
You know, like Thielen.
Well.
Or Kirk Cousins get the flu or something.
Yeah.
Play, you know.
No.
Yeah.
He's a bad Taco Bell or something.
Lights it up.
Kirk Cousins. Hey, Kirk Cousins may hit the nightlife out there in San Francisco and not be able to play the next day.
He might not be able to walk.
Exactly.
Right. Nightlife in San Francisco.
Exactly. He might not be able to take that field.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Ooh. All right, man. Hit the suppress button.
Surprise! Surprise! Surprise!
Dude, that was so good.
Not a bad.
That was really good.
Good job.
Fucking Star Wars, bro.
Star Wars.
How amazing. Have you seen it?
The new one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, my God. Can we talk about it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it was good.
Dude.
It was legit.
That's not what I'm reading.
No.
You're talking about the show or you're talking about the movie?
No, the movie.
The movie.
Star Wars movie.
The Rise of Skywalker.
That's not what I've read.
About the movie?
I haven't seen it. Yes.
Wow.
I think a lot of the
supposed true diehard fans.
Yeah, a lot of the bad reviews are coming from the diehard Star Wars who do read the books and watch the animation series and the movies,
to Comic-Con and all those type of people.
They have a way that they want it to end, but nobody knows how Star Wars is going to end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that this is the ending that they wanted to give it, and it kind of helped tie everything together. And bring everything to a good ending, I thought.
Well, it's kind of like the last Avengers where it went so long because you had to fill in all those plot holes from all the movies, right?
And they tried to bring everything full circle back and tie it all up together and give it a nice ending where, you know, maybe they do some runoffs later.
Yeah. Hold on, we had a comment come in from Daryl Dykes. It says Cowboys didn't make the playoffs.
That's not what it said.
Yeah, it is. That's what it says.
Let's just go Chiefs.
No, that's not what it says.
That's what it says.
It says Cowboys didn't make the
It
playoffs.
says go Chiefs.
But yeah, dude,
Good job, Daryl.
fucking so good, man. What was your favorite part? I know you were, and I know you cried in one scene.
I
For
know
sure.
you cried. I have a picture.
I know
didn't
you
cry
fucking
at
busted
any
down
of
and
them.
cried.
No, I didn't cry at any.
When
any
Chewbacca
scene.
died,
No.
I know you fucking cried, dude.
Dude, we don't know if Chewbacca dies. We don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, he was on that thing, right?
What the?
Are y'all talking about the same movie? It's like Messiah all over again.
Was he on that ship? The transporter ship?
When it makes it seem like he dies,
Yeah.
you cried.
No.
Yeah, you did.
You crying now?
You, dude. I know you cried
Mm.
because
No, I
you
didn't
cried
cry.
when Tony Stark died. So I know
that-
you cried when
Tony Stark was the man,
Chewbacca
though.
died.
That was a sad scene. I'm not gonna lie.
That was a sad scene. I was like, no.
Come on, man.
It was like, it's okay, Mr.
You know
Stark.
what I was? Yeah, that's what I was thinking during that. I was like, "Fucking kid, get the fuck out of the way! His wife is right
Yeah.
behind you."
I mean, that was sad. The other one was like rage. Just like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? I was like, you're a badass. That's what you
Damn.
did. You were fucking bad.
Oh my god, that movie was so good, dude.
It was,
That
yeah,
was legit.
it was great because it showed, Rey's evolution and,
Yeah.
and the way she evolved and how she's still getting stronger. And then it showed her still doing stuff that she still didn't understand how she was doing.
Yeah.
And when
She was just struggling on how to control her shit.
yeah, and that's crazy because
Marty said you cried.
Burn.
Yeah, you did.
Damn, 2020 burn.
His wife said he cried. What a girl.
when they showed all the
Oh,
Rey's
damn.
path, and then it kind of comes together when you find out her bloodline, and you're like, okay, this makes sense why she is the way she is, because of her bloodline.
Yeah.
Obviously she's special, but it also kind of had a big story where, like, even though you're that bloodline, you don't have to choose that path. You can still choose the light.
Yeah.
Same thing with with Palpatine, and everybody was like, well, you're Palpatine, you're this, you're that. It's like, no, well, you didn't have to be that. You could have been the light too.
Yeah. Dude, how crazy was that? Did that blow your mind? Because we were always wondering,
Her
yeah.
parents and stuff. Yeah,
She
I was
comes
kind of
out
like,
and ended up
oh,
Palpatine, and I'm like,
man.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, damn, Palpatine. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. And it's like, but it made sense of why he's back in there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daryl says the worst part of the movie is when they rode on horses in space without masks.
Well, I try not to. I try to just enjoy
Logically
the movie.
think that far.
Yeah, I try to enjoy it and not logically think about what can happen.
Well,
Because the same thing, you're like, isn't there no oxygen in space? Why are there fucking fire and shit blowing up?
That's true. 'Cause
Why am I even
that will
hearing
not
sound?
happen,
I
yeah.
shouldn't be hearing
Yeah.
any of that either. But
Yeah.
honestly, you would destroy.
I try
all
to just
movies.
enjoy the fucking movie.
Dude,
I mean, some things you have to
Just
call it out, right? But
it was so good, dude. It was a good ending. You know what I mean? They didn't fuck up the ending, like Game of Thrones or something like that.
the Game of Thrones was so
or
fucking
like
horrible.
or like the Avengers.
Horrible. Avengers ended good. I liked the way
No.
the Avengers
Yeah,
ended.
Because I
they
didn't like
ended
the
it
way
great.
I didn't like who they made Captain America. At the
Well,
end.
okay,
That was
yeah,
terrible.
but I mean, I'm not gonna pick out one scene and let it ruin the whole movie.
But that's basically one of the biggest parts of the ending.
Well, it's a big reveal that they're gonna move forward with this guy as Captain America. But I didn't let it ruin the whole movie. I was just like,
yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he went back and lived his life. So
Yeah.
that part was great.
see, Eric got a good point. That's what made it great. He went back and lived a life.
Yeah.
But but man, my favorite scene in there, I don't know. It was so good and there was so much happening, dude.
Right?
It's hard to just pick like one scene that was like, dude, that was
Man, I need to
badass.
go
Yeah.
watch it like tonight.
I think
It's so
when
good.
she did the Force Lightning, I was just
That
like,
was legit, yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh shit. That was kind of took me by shock. Another great scene in it was when Kylo pulls out the lightsaber and it's a blue.
Yeah.
When he pulls that out and you're like, all right, you know he's making that transition and you're like, all right, this is what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So that was another good part of it. There was a lot, dude. Just tons, man. I like the way they got all the Jedis calling to Rey, talking to her.
Yeah.
you know, you hear the little, you hear all of them, man. Anakin and Obi-Wan, and they even had both Obi-Wans in there,
Yeah.
and Anakin, and you hear them all, and they're just like saying their little things. You're like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cause
She's all the Jedi.
yeah, because you know, Luke always told her, he's like, you know, 1,000 Jedis live in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you hear them all calling to her, and I was like, dude, that's
So
fucking
sick,
legit,
dude.
dude.
Man.
It was so sick.
I was like, that's badass.
Yeah, man, it was so good.
But it's kind of the same thing, because wasn't Palpatine was the same way? All the Siths lived
Yeah.
through him.
Yep.
And so she was, I guess, the last Jedi, and all the Jedis were in her. You know,
Yeah.
even though and it's just kind of strange that they were from the same bloodline. You know, towards the end, it's like the dark was the bloodline that you still had one light and one dark, but they're still from the fucking Emperor's bloodline.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, it just sucks that it's over, man.
Oh, what do y'all think of the show?
What
Have you seen
show?
The show, The Mandalorian.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, I haven't watched it either, man. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
Other
I've
than
heard
the
it's
Baby
really
Yoda
good.
memes all over the place.
Yeah,
but
I've seen all that shit, but I haven't gotten the chance
I've
to
heard
watch
it's
it.
really good.
The only thing I heard is that they don't, or some people say they liked it because they don't tie it at all to anybody from the original storyline.
Oh, wow.
Which the storyline that just ended, right? Everybody, every character, none of the characters in the Mandalorian are tied to that, or they don't backtrace the story.
Yeah.
they
Except
don't-
for Baby Yoda.
well, they still don't. Apparently, they don't explain Baby Yoda in there either.
Well,
So they don't say if it's Yoda?
it's
don't
not
say it's
Yoda.
Yoda.
It's from Yoda's race.
Yeah.
Whatever he is,
Why are they
It's-
calling
it's-
it Baby Yoda?
because he looks like
He
Yoda.
looks like Yoda.
he's the same race. I
Yeah,
mean,
but that's not.
they just call him
I mean,
Yoda.
just another Mexican walking down the street. I'm like, baby.
Exactly.
I see a little Mexican
Baby
kid walking.
Mexican.
Baby E.
Yeah.
Baby Ernest.
No, I mean,
Baby
if you
Mouth
said
from the South.
no, if you said Baby Jose,
Baby
that's there's like
yeah, but not
50-50
some
shot.
random kid.
50-50 shot. His name's Jose. If he's brown skinned, you got 50-50 shot of saying Jose, and that's his name.
I get that, but 50. You don't know if
the
half of
thing
the
wa-
fucking
okay,
race of
but the thing-
Yodas are
the-
named
Yodas,
Yoda.
yeah.
The thing is, with all the Star Wars, you only ever seen one Yoda.
Yeah.
Never anything else from
Yeah.
his race.
Well, that's why I thought they were calling him Baby Yoda because it was just a
No.
younger version of
That's
Yoda.
what I thought. That's
No,
what I
it's
thought.
Right?
just- it's
Well,
just-
that's only.
it's just
fucking,
his race.
you know,
yeah,
logical.
Exactly.
Oh,
But people
that's
don't
so
know what to call
stupid.
him, so they're like, "Oh, it's a Baby Yoda."
It's
It's
a
like his
baby
race.
green guy.
All I know is Disney lost out on making a shitload of money this past Christmas
Why?
on Baby Yoda because people were loving it. Those memes were coming out, I guess, right when the
Yeah.
show started, and people would go online and look on Amazon.com see if the Baby Yoda like stuffed animal was available. Disney's like, oh, we wanted to release it after the show was over.
Oh,
for
dude, they'll
2020.
still fucking buy him, man.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
like they estimated they lost like $30 million in revenue.
No way.
I'm serious.
How can you
ba-
estimate that?
I guess based on
searches
demand.
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what other spin-offs they do of that.
I don't want to see no more spin-offs because they've been
I
terrible.
would like to.
They've been terrible except for the first one. What was the first one called?
$2.7 million.
Yo,
2.7
I
million.
exaggerated a little bit. It's still in the
Only
millions.
28 million.
Well, hey, I didn't know
Um,
we were fact checking here.
What
Okay?
was the first one? The first
What?
spin-off that they did.
Of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Rogue One.
Rogue
Oh
One.
yeah.
That was the only good one because Han Solo sucked. And that's the only other
Uh,
one they made, right?
I never
Solo
even
was
saw
kind of
Solo.
just. It was
said
like
it sucked,
an
dude.
origin story of Han.
So it wasn't good.
You know, it just kind of shows you where he came from and how he got the Millennium Falcon
He
and
tries to
everything
talk
like that.
himself into liking it, dude. But he knows it's not good. He's told me it's not good, but he's just like, well, you know.
I watched it in a D-box seat. It was pretty cool.
that's why he liked it.
That motherfucking seat was all over the place,
That's
dude.
the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
It was all over
When
the
the
place.
seat's the highlight of the movie, come on now.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen The Mandalorian, so I don't know if that spin-off's any good or not. But
I've heard it's
you
great.
watched it or no?
No, I
No,
just
okay.
read
Dude,
a
it's
review on it, yeah.
directed by Jon Favreau.
No.
Who's that?
The,
I only know
it's,
James
It's
Cameron.
Happy from Avengers. Happy.
Yeah, the
He's the one that
the
did
driver.
Iron Man. The driver.
He's
Heavyset guy. Happy.
He's also on. He's in. A
Oh
bunch of
yeah,
other
Happy.
movies.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're talking about.
he's the one that he did the original Iron Man,
Yeah, the first one.
and now he's doing his Mandalorians. They're
Yeah.
good, dude. I've heard that they're really good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to watch it, man.
I have to watch it.
I
too.
got Disney Plus at home. I'm gonna watch
How the
it
fuck you got Disney Plus? You ain't even watched it.
because
Dude,
I don't
even
have,
have
time.
Disney Plus.
What the fuck does? What does that mean?
That means if you let me use your shit,
Yeah,
that you ain't
He's like,
using it.
How could you ain't
No,
share the
motherfucker.
account?
I think you can
Fucking-
put 5 devices on your account. Here's a device number 3.
You could kiss my dick 5 times and I'll give you the fucking passcode.
Okay, well, when we get out by the car.
After the show.
I don't know, dude. I
It's
haven't
pretty
had
dark
time,
out
man.
there.
Dude, I've been watching The Witcher. Have you seen
Dude,
that?
it's great.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
great.
on my list.
I like
I haven't
it.
seen it yet.
You haven't seen it
I
yet?
haven't seen
It's
it, but it's
pretty
on my
good.
list. Yeah.
Eric, you need to lay off the fucking keto and start watching some TV, bro.
It ain't even the keto, man.
Keto's
just
getting
haven't
in the
had
way of
time.
me
You're too
watching
busy
shows,
fucking
man.
eating this keto shit. You need to start watching
Hey,
some TV.
It's
I mean,
because
you
he's got
think
to
I
prep
eat the
his
keto
meals and
and
all
watch it.
this
Yeah,
stuff,
there you go.
dude.
That takes
so
a
it
while.
takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
get it.
The Witcher was good.
And when I watch something, I want to sit down and watch it. I don't want to do something.
Dude,
and
we
then
started watching the V Wars.
I don't watch that.
It looks it's pretty
Yeah, I don't
crazy,
wanna
man.
watch no
the
vampire
first episode
shit.
is pretty crazy. It's not like regular vampire stuff. This is like it's not like Twilight or some shit.
It's like
This is some better.
It's like True Blood.
It's like
this is some
lovey-dovey
better stuff.
stuff.
I
No,
don't
it's
watch
not like
True
True Blood either. This is some better shit, dude. Watch the first episode. It's kind of like zombies.
That one's on Netflix too,
Almost.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on my list. That one too.
I don't know.
yeah.
I like
dude.
all things vampires, other than the lovey-dovey stuff. So I don't watch that.
Who's lovey dovey?
But,
Right.
But I watched
the other
Witcher. It was good.
Messiah?
I liked Henry
No.
Cavill. You gotta watch Messiah. It's good.
Mm.
I have a lot on my list, man.
It's a good take on that. You know,
Yeah.
it's a what do they call it? Fiction. You know,
Yeah.
but it's still it's a pretty good story, and the way they did it, and the way they go back and forth, and leaves you at the end like thinking like, fuck, man, is he or is he not? It drives you crazy because they're constantly showing you something and then they contradict it, and then they show you something else, and then they have somebody that contradicts that, and you're going. It's constantly back and forth, back and forth.
And The Witcher?
No, in the Messiah,
Oh,
but The Witcher
Yeah.
was good.
Well,
I'm hoping
mean,
that they do
I like stories
part
like
2.
that. I
You
like
think there'll be a
stories.
part 2
yeah. They already have it
already set up?
Uh-huh.
Do you think the that witch comes back?
Dude, don't eat.
Yeah, I just killing the
haven't
dream
seen
over
it,
here,
man.
man.
Oh,
Hey,
Come
what
on,
what
bro.
about that? I haven't seen. I've only seen like a couple episodes while the wife is watching it. But is it called You?
Yeah, I
Well,
haven't
you-
watched that
was
one.
you.
That one seems more like a chick flick,
You too?
It kind of is.
right?
I think it is. I mean, it's
it's kind
about
of
a
a
psycho dude, but
stranger danger movie.
I started
Yeah.
watching
Have you seen it?
fucking Vikings
No.
again.
And he starts watching people through like the blinds and shit. Like,
I started watching Vikings again.
I haven't watched the Vikings.
It's so good,
oh,
dude.
dude, is that the one that came out on the History
On History Channel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
It's
it's
so good.
my
been-
favorite, man.
Yeah.
My favorite.
The new episodes are coming out on Wednesdays.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Man,
that's what we've been
dude,
watching.
I fucking love Vikings.
That and then Power. Have you seen Power?
I've never seen
Power's
Power,
legit,
no.
dude. And then I don't know, dude. You know what I was watching on Disney Channel with my daughters is Gargoyles.
Oh, the
You
original.
remember Gargoyles?
Oh,
Dude, they're on Disney Plus. They're fucking, dude. We watched like 15 episodes of it.
Dude, I love that, man.
Just running through them.
That's a cartoon.
He don't know nothing about it,
No,
dude.
I
'Cause
was-
he's like 10 years older.
Yeah, I grew. My cartoons were the original Transformers and He-Man and Thundercats and
No, I remember
whoa,
Thundercats.
all the
sorry.
good shit.
Sorry.
All the originals.
Gay.
The original.
All the originals when they still use like fucking paper and
Oh,
pen
Gargoyles like
before
that
the
too.
computer
Yeah,
animation.
Gargoyles is like that.
It's
not,
like
it's not,
what, late '80s or something.
It still sucks.
Gargoyles, yeah,
90s?
probably.
Yeah, I remember seeing them, but I was like, this is stupid. I'm not watching this. It's with the
Hater,
blue,
hater,
blue,
hater,
blue,
hater.
green.
Dude.
There's like blue and green, right? Fucking gargoyles. Blue,
No.
green.
Turn into
There's a
that's
green
how you
one.
turn into a Niners fan.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking
hater.
talking crazy right now.
It wasn't for me.
Whatever,
Obviously.
dude. A lot
Nah,
of
it
stuff
w-
aren't for you.
Yeah. When my
Like
kids were watching TV,
Girls.
it was my kids were watching TV. It was like Dexter's Laboratory. It was
Dragon Ball Z.
It was
And you're talking
Dragon Ball
about
Z.
us.
We sat and watched all of Dragon Ball Z. We sat and watched the Airbender, the last Avatar. Dexter's Lab, Ed and Eddie, fucking
Yeah.
what was the other
Samurai
one? The
Jack?
guy that and Bravo, Johnny Bravo,
No,
Johnny
Johnny
Bravo.
Bravo.
and the guy that hit the watch, he would turn into the creature and hit it. Fucking something 9, fucking Max. Max.
I don't know
something.
what
Yeah,
the
I
hell
don't
that
know.
one
That
is.
is
He was a
something
kid that
like
had that alien watch, and he would change it to the character, and he would hit it, and he would transform into it.
I ain't never seen that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
you tripping.
Anyways, those are the cartoons I watch with them.
What about like Beavis and Butthead, Simpsons?
I watch Simpsons a lot. Crazy thing with Simpsons is I remember when they first came out on Tracy Ullman show, and I was watching. You're like, man, what are these crazy cartoons they got at the end?
Dude, you're old as fuck.
And then Fox picked it up, and started showing them. Yeah,
And then they still show it.
I
they
remember
still
when
show,
I
dude, like
was,
300
beginning of
episodes,
time.
man.
I know, dude. It's ridiculous, man.
Dude, they're making bank. It was like $1 million an episode. Dude,
God
it's
damn,
crazy
that's crazy.
for an
For a
anime cartoon.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
it's been like 30 years that damn thing's been on the air. It's crazy
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
to have something like that. You know, a hit like that, and you're just like, keep going. It's almost like Mike Judge and King of the Hill. You know,
This
they
is a
just
great show.
keep going, dude. They're making money. Just keep fucking pumping them
Like
out.
South Park.
South Park's
South
another
Park
one.
too, because it goes against the grain, man. I love South
Mhm.
Park.
Yeah, I was like,
They don't
first
care
time-
what they
Hey,
show on
so
there.
did y'all watch? Did you watch the Golden Globes?
no.
No. You didn't?
No, but
No?
I heard
But
about
Did you see
the Ricky
Gervais?
Yeah.
Oh my
dude,
god!
I actually
dude,
loved
how
it.
amazing was that?
I actually loved it, man.
it was so good. Did
Talk
you
about
hear,
calling
did you
people
hear it?
out.
Have you heard it?
Yeah, I heard the speech he gave.
Oh, dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah, man. 2 thumbs up for that guy.
I can't believe it. I
Yeah, that
couldn't
was-
believe it when he was saying it. When he got into it, like when he got into the meat of it, and just started rattling off the brain, I was like, oh fuck, dude, he's going in on these fuckers.
He was like, there's no turning back now.
Yeah.
Just keep going. It was awesome.
Dude.
I mean, it was just perfect.
Well, if it's his last time hosting, like he said.
But what's funny is,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you-
they're not gonna bring it back.
What's funny is
Why
like
hold
you
him
hear
back?
all the cheers, and I was like, who's cheering? Like I know,
It's all the
I don't know if the actors are cheering.
non-actors that are in the.
Right? It has to be right.
His
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
His friends.
He
friends
invited a
back.
bunch of people
Yeah.
to cheer for him.
It was so good though, dude. But he was right, man. Like these motherfuckers sit up there and try to
their
act
high
like they're
horse.
on a pedestal
Yeah.
and talk about all this shit, and they're working for the worst companies in the world right now.
Or they're like, oh, you gotta, the environment, but I'm gonna go fly over there in my private jet.
Dude,
waste
that's
all
what
that
makes
gas.
me. That's what was tripping me out. Was these people
The
were
Epstein
talking
joke
about?
was pretty funny too.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up. He was most of y'all's friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you had to fly over here on your own jet now.
That's a good point. Cause
But dude, and then you got these idiots up there. They're like, oh, we're dealing with climate change, and that's why Australia's on fire. And then like 2 days later, it comes out that all those fires were mostly
started
set by
by,
fucking people.
arsonists, yeah.
And it's like, oh, so
Are you gonna
climate
take it back?
change, you said it was because of that, or
Well, that's the thing. They don't ever take back even when they've been proven wrong.
yeah, dude, it's so.
Did y'all
Well,
see-
there's still a problem.
Did y'all? I don't know how big the news it made, but there was a girl, like a model, I think, who started selling nudes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I bought like 8.
She was selling nudes, dude.
That was top client.
But she raised
Yeah.
like $50,000, something
she
like
read
that.
like,
It was
she
like $1
read
million.
700,000.
Did it go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh
was-
shit!
It was
I think it's
something
over
like
$1 million.
Like
you
eight-
sent her proof that you donated like I think it was
$10
$10 or more.
Yeah.
She'd send you fucking
Nudes, right?
Nudes, yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. It was a great idea, and the fact that she gave it all
I do mine for 7.
to the fire, what's
At
great.
discount.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it. Somebody had put it up on Twitter, and I started reading comments, and there was some people like, dude, here's my wallet, making jokes about it. And then there was some that were like, how dare you? And this is what brings women down, and you're
But
doing
dude,
this and that. And some other person was like, bitch, she's trying
Yeah.
and making money. He's like, what do the fucking Kardashians put out there? Not a fucking thing, and they're all
Yeah,
worth.
we've only got that
hundreds of
one
millions.
sex tape.
But
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
the fucking oh man, but see that's what it doesn't piss me off, but it's like, dude, the Kardashians have done more than what any of these other fucking sluts that make fun of them have done either. They're getting people out of jail. Like Kim Kardashian has gotten people out of jail.
Okay, she's also
That's good.
She's also sucked dick. Who cares?
But that's what I'm saying. It's good. Like they make fun of the Kardashians for not doing anything, but Kim Kardashian's
She
like
just
legit
said
doing shit.
in this case, what have they donated?
Well, maybe they don't
What
like
have they done?
Australia. They don't. You don't have to fucking donate to every. You give money to every poor guy you see on the side of the road.
Yeah, the point is, she was doing something.
Yeah.
Right. People
Just
just
because-
love to criticize.
Yeah.
Because it's a different way of doing something.
Just because one person is
Hey.
I
I didn't know we had a keeping up with the Kardashian fan here, bro. Sorry,
Obviously.
I struck a nerve.
Obviously.
It's not, but I'm just saying, it's like people are fucking so hypocritical, dude. It's like you blame you talk shit about somebody for not doing something for one cause, but everybody can't do something for everybody.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
I didn't mean to attack Kiki. I'm sorry.
Kiki, who the fuck calls her Kiki?
Isn't that whole Drake song where he's saying, Kiki, do you love me? And they're like, she's talking about when he had an affair with Kim. That's Kiki.
Dude, I've never heard
He
that.
called
Have you
her
heard that?
Kiki.
I heard
That
the
was-
song. I didn't
that
know
was-
that was the reference.
Yeah, I've
Supposedly
never
that
heard
was
it either.
his name for her, Kiki,
Dude, you're
and that's
woke.
what he's referring to.
Oh wow.
You're celebrity.
I was about to slap Kanye West, man.
Hey, Kanye's crazy, dude. That
No,
dude's like
oh,
speaking with God now.
Oh, I
he's
know
doing
he's
good
crazy.
stuff.
I know he's crazy.
But
He's
I-
not doing good stuff. He's charging a bunch of money to go see him.
If it's going back to the church, but
It's a
I'd
signal
rather
going
hear
back to
about
the
him
church.
What is
preaching
he-
God's
what is
name
he?
and doing for
No, but
God.
what is
than-
he? Is he like Christian?
I don't know what he is.
Or is he? Because you might take that back if he's not preaching for
I
your
think
God.
he's Christian because he was doing a thing with Osteen.
Yeah, but Osteen's not
No,
Christian,
dude,
dude. That
Osteen's
guy's
just
fucking
a
talking all kinds of shit. You didn't see that thing
money-making
where he's talking
bastard.
about God hates poor people?
No,
Who said that? Kanye?
No,
Oh,
Osteen.
Oh,
Google says that Kanye is a Christian.
Oh wow.
cool, man. I just
another
said,
you're
fact check
Catholic.
over here.
yeah.
So
I
they
just
hate the Virgin
do what I
Mary.
can.
okay. They don't hate
It's
it. They
different.
just don't pray to the Virgin Mary and all
they hate her, dude.
all the apostles and things like that.
Christians
Yeah.
hate the Virgin Mary.
They
It's-
just
it's
don't do
different.
all of that.
It's a different belief.
They don't do all of it. They
No, they hate her.
a lot of them are just like there's just God and Jesus. That's it. We don't pray to everybody else. But anywho, I
They pray
just
to
like
Kanye.
that he's preaching God's word and he's putting out there to his millions of fans. He
Yeah.
could be doing a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? He
True.
could be rapping
Yeah,
about.
He could be fucking R. Kelly. Dude, I've been watching that shit. Have you seen that?
I don't want to watch
Surviving R.
fucking
Kelly?
R. Kelly shit.
Oh my god, that shit's
Nah,
crazy.
I-
Dude, we all heard that dude's,
Yeah, that dude's a fucking.
No.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But it's fucking crazy,
dirty
man.
ass.
Like,
I'm
I
sure.
don't see
How he's still alive to do it and not in prison?
how that dude is not in jail.
Because there's no hard evidence
The fucking video is hard evidence.
of him pissing on somebody,
They were having sex.
but nobody can prove how old she was. Or maybe there's a statute of limitations. It's like so long ago.
Yeah.
There was
But that-
consent.
No,
and
but
that's
he
probably
got
what
he
it
got
is.
he got off on it. He got off on it. They went to trial for it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but
Not
weren't
that
they-
way,
They
right?
went to trial
Okay,
for that tape.
He
But
left that one
weren't
open
they?
for you.
They were married.
No,
he-
they
he
weren't
had
married.
gotten
He was married
permission.
to Aaliyah.
He had gotten permission from the
No,
parents.
he was married to Aaliyah.
But
He
it's not
got married
Aaliyah on
to
the
Aaliyah.
tape.
No, it's not Aaliyah on the tape. It's this chick's some performer. Her name they named her Sparkle. I don't know if that's her real name or not. Or her
Sparkle.
stage name.
Oh,
But it's her niece in the video.
mhm.
And
And she's underage at the time.
Yeah, she's underage. She was 14 at the time.
Well, I don't know how he got off then.
Dude,
Lot
I
of
don't
money,
either.
Man. A lot of money. It's
Fucking
like
crazy,
Jeff
man.
Epstein. It's just he didn't have Hillary Clinton to kill him.
A lot of people were saying because it was black girls and not white girls.
Well, they just saying.
How
Well,
crazy is that?
Mhm.
But dude, I mean, if it was some dude's, if it was a white dude's daughter, if it was a white girl, dude, I'm pretty sure he would have got thrown in jail. Oh, come on, dude.
Hey, well, Epstein, it took forever.
It's
It
easy
took-
to
Yeah,
sit
but
there and
Epstein
say
was
that.
backed by
20
some
years.
money, though, dude.
Well, true, but
and
hey,
by some other high-powered dudes. This is R. Kelly on his
and then
own
he got
and a
killed
black
by
guy.
the same people.
Yeah, but this is R. Kelly on his own, and he's black. Epstein's white, and he's backed by fucking billionaires.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? That's
R.
that's
Kelly
a different.
still
That's
has
a different, and a
stardom.
bunch of politicians and shit.
Well, true, but still, he's not a regular Joe Blow. Is what I'm saying.
But dude, that shit's so crazy, man. No, he's not a regular Joe Blow. That's right. But I'm saying,
He's
dude,
just
it
a
was- it
sadistic
fucking
fuck.
blows my mind. I'm watching these fucking, the show, and it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
He's just like
it does
nonstop
piss you off, right?
banging these fucking, teen girls, and then he gets asked about it. He gets asked. He's like, on one of the shows, he gets asked in an interview. He's like, hey, so do you like teen girls? He goes, what kind of teens are we talking about?
Oh
How
God,
old?
damn!
And I'm like, what the fuck is it? What the hell kind of answer is that?
Talk about incriminating yourself.
And he had just gotten off on the case. I'm like, dude, to that question, you say no.
You don't even have the interview. Like, get away from the spotlight,
Oh
man.
my god, dude! Dude, that stuff is tripping me
Talk
out.
about
man.
a
I was
waste
watching-
of a person, man.
I was
He had
watching
great
that-
songs in the '90s.
Yeah, I was
and then he
watching-
just fucked it up.
I was watching that on Netflix, dude, and I was tripping balls on it. I was so weird,
That guy,
super
man.
weird. But then
What a
while he's on
douche.
trial, they still had a bunch of girls like over there, pleading for him and saying he was innocent. And then this dude's on video, dude. He's on video, and he's like, "That ain't me."
Well, I mean, I heard
What
he.
kind
I
of
heard
shit
he.
is that, dude?
I heard he treated all the women like slaves. Like he actually
Yeah,
had them.
he would lock them in a room
I mean,
and
it-
not feed them and shit when they were in
it's
trouble.
like,
They all had to call
dude.
him daddy. They had to ask when they can take a shower, when they can eat. You know, they couldn't talk to any other guys. The girls were saying if another guy would walk in, they'd have to turn a different way or face the wall.
Wow.
Dude, it's so crazy,
That's
man.
some,
You gotta
like-
watch that shit, dude.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because I don't fucking care.
You should care,
Dude, he's R. Kelly, and I don't care.
He's a douche ass.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
what
so
do I,
crazy.
what do I want to watch it? It makes no sense because you're watching something that he's doing this shit and he's a criminal and nothing's being done to him. So
Yeah.
why do I
Well,
want
that's
to
what
get
makes it worse. is
frustrated about it?
Nothing's getting done.
Why do
Well, I don't know if you can, but then to me, well, never mind. But
he
it
was just in the news not long ago when they were being. The girls came out and said we were sex slaves and blah blah blah,
And then
and nothing happened
nothing
to that
happened.
either.
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Another.
because they're
Epstein.
all black girls, dude.
Nobody cares.
That's why if it was a white girl, you know,
It's like
He'd
all
be
the
locked
crime
up.
in Chicago. They're just like fucking let them at it. Who
Yeah.
cares? Well,
Let them
whatever.
at exactly.
they're having their own little war over there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're
Just
like
leave 'em
nobody
alone.
cares.
Don't
And
nobody
then,
go over there. Let them do what they're doing.
you know, 50 people get shot on the weekend, and then you know a shooting happens in Texas where 2 people get shot, and that hits the news.
No,
But you
no,
don't hear nothing.
That's
from
all the way in the New York
Chicago.
Times.
Yeah.
Like, oh, because it's just a regular weekend.
But you don't even hear about that shooting because somebody killed the shooter because he was
the
carrying a
dude-
gun.
Yeah, concealed carry, fucking
Yeah.
one shot, 50
Dude,
feet away.
seven people in that church had guns. Have you
Yeah.
seen that video?
I haven't seen the video, but
Dude,
I've heard it's out there.
They zoom in on every single person that whips out a gun. There's like, I kid you not, dude. She's at least 60. Old lady pulls
Fuck
out
yeah,
a little
dude.
fucking snub revolver.
Shit.
She's like, "Where's this motherfucker at?" I was like, "Oh my god, here we go."
Comes out.
That's my church I want to go to.
Yeah,
You know what I
tell me
mean?
about it. I'll feel safe in that one.
Hell yeah, dude.
But dude, it's crazy, man.
Oh man.
It's crazy. But dude, and another thing I wanted to talk about was, so I was watching Inside the NFL, right, on Stars or whatever, or Showtime, and they were talking about the Rooney Rule.
I have no idea what that is.
It's the Rooney Rule is put in place so whenever there's a head coaching job available, you have to
to interview a minority.
A minority.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Well, head coaching job should be fair for everybody. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't agree.
What do you don't agree?
You
Brandon?
don't think they should have
Because
to
it should be
hire
it should be
minority?
on merit. No, I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't interview
They
at all.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
to interview one.
No, they shouldn't have to. You're forcing it just to check off a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not doing it because the guy has
Well,
talent.
Yeah, but
it's
or-
forced compliance.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
it is what it
Exactly.
turns to.
But if they
And
don't
the
have
fact
it-
that now that these teams have to conduct one more interview with somebody who they may not even have their short list of people, but they
Candidates on, yeah.
have to do it. And I'm not saying any way, oh, a black guy shouldn't be a coach. Like, no, it should go to the highest rated coach that team wants. And it's just these social justice warriors trying to force
To,
Yeah.
to
all
me,
this
to me,
forced compliance.
to me, it makes it more embarrassing
Kind of does.
because it's
yeah.
like,
you only,
we
you only got interviewed
we're
because
only bringing you in because we have to.
exactly.
To
Here
me,
I
it
mean,
has-
that's
you
more
can make that
embarrassing, you know what I
argument
mean?
with
You don't think it's more embarrassing?
Probably.
what's it called?
I don't know.
Like if you were just brought in for an interview because you're brown.
Affirmative
don't-
action. It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of along the same lines of affirmative
it's the
action.
same thing.
I don't know if I would be embarrassed because you never know what you may say or do, or if things are just on your side that day and you say something or you say the right thing and they're like, dude, you know what? I like where you're coming from, but I would have never had that opportunity if they didn't put me in there. Because if you don't give them an opportunity to apply for that or be heard or their opinions listened to or whatever, they may be stuck in the same cycle where it's just a good old boys club. It's just one good old boy after another.
I
after
think
another.
if you can prove that
But
there,
how do you
that there
prove
was
it if you're never
collusion-
given the opportunity?
Well, you interview 1,000 guys that tried to be head coaches that were African American or Mexican American, whoever it was, and say, hey, how did they treat you in the interview, right? Or did you even get an interview?
I'm sure that already exists. That's why the rule was made.
No,
Because
a
enough-
lot of rules are made on feelings and I think you have to do this because it's only fair
Well, I
and
think
inclusive.
But the NFL's never just done something on feelings, because everybody has their opinions on the way the NFL runs, and it's always been a boys' club. They run it the way they want, or the way the owners want to run it. So somewhere in there was enough complaints where they thought, you know what, we need to.
Yeah, but hang on, let me counter that. If a team is what you call a good old boys team, then the interview with this minority coach is literally going to be for nothing.
Yeah.
Possibly,
so, like, if it is, it is.
Yeah.
But possibly, but you never
So you're thinking
know.
that they might change their mind.
Anything's
But
possible, man.
I thought they were good old boys.
Yeah.
Thought
I'm
they
saying-
weren't
I'm
going to
saying-
stray
You're not
from
going to
that.
change a good old boy's mind.
I'm saying if you don't give the minorities an opportunity to be heard, then it just becomes a rotating door of just upper white class. A friend of a friend, I know this guy. This is who we're putting in here, and it becomes a rotating door of the same kind of people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If
I
you
don't
never
know.
give a
I don't
black
see it that way.
a black man or a minority the opportunity to do a head coach, he can't build his resume.
How does he not have the opportunity, though?
Because if they're never looked at as head coaches,
But if they're
always
not,
a position coach or a player's coach or
but if the team
somewhere
isn't
lower,
interested in it, what's the point?
what makes a coach good? Color?
No,
No, of course
color
not.
doesn't make anybody good
Coaches.
or worse at
Okay,
anything.
so
Yeah.
why
is it such a big deal in this day and age?
Why does it have to be a rule?
because
'Cause
somewhere
that's what you're
it
saying.
just seems like
saying
somewhere
color
down,
matters
somewhere
when you have
down
a
the
rule.
line they were noticing that there wasn't very many minority people in these positions.
But why
and
does
that's
that
something
matter?
that be changed.
That
Because
doesn't-
maybe
shouldn't
they
matter.
weren't looking at that.
So you could do it on the flip side. Are you gonna say, oh well, there's the NFL is 80. The NFL players are 80% black.
Yeah.
I want to get more Mexicans
Yeah,
or
you
whites
can make
in
that
here.
same
Are you
argument.
gonna do that? Are you gonna say, oh, so you can only have two black wide receivers, and now the other ones have to be
White or
white,
something else.
brown, or Asian?
If that's the way they went to give everybody an opportunity.
No, you're not going to do
But
that
you're not
because
gonna do that
you
because
want to
you
get
want-
the
you
best
want
wide
skill.
receiver.
You want
Exactly.
the best wide receivers.
Okay, but
It should be the same for anything.
Wide
but
receiver coach, head coach,
the
this
head
coach.
but the players.
You
The
don't see
play-
them making
the-
a rule
the-
saying, "Hey, you gotta interview this white wide receiver instead of this."
No,
black
I know,
wide
but
receiver.
the players can build their resume from high school through college to the
That's
combine.
the same thing for coaches.
The coaching how if they never
because
looked at it as a
they
you
can
go,
start
you
off
go
an
from
assistant
high school,
coach
you
at
go from high
college.
school, you go to
no,
college.
I see that, but if
It's
they're
the
never
same-
if
it's
they're
the
not
same
if
thing.
they're not looked at in a head coaching position way, then they're never going to have the opportunity.
If they perform in college, let's just say,
Yeah.
right, win a national championship or something, somebody in the NFL is going to want to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would assume if it's based on merit, then you want to at least take a look
But
at it.
we don't know what it's based on.
Well, of course.
H-
But
how
we
many-
can't also say
How many
we
black
can't also
owners?
say-
How many
we can't
black
also say
owners
it's
do we
race.
have in the NFL? How many
Probably
black
none.
owners do we have?
Probably none.
So
I
they
would
make the
assume.
rules. They're making the rules.
Yeah, but just
It's
because
their
they're white
game.
doesn't mean they're doing it because of race.
Yeah.
Got a point.
You're
Exactly.
just taking
Again,
it as
it's a
you're just
conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
you're just taking it as a given that
That
it's
just 'cause
it's
they're white,
because
they're
white, they're
racist.
racist.
I'm not saying they're all racist. I'm just saying how many black owners do we have?
I don't
But
believe
what
they
does
have
it matter
any,
if it's a black owner or a white owner
Or
You know, it
Chinese
doesn't matter.
owner or Japanese owner or
You know?
I-
The
to
thing
me,
is,
it
the thing
doesn't
is
matter.
too is like Brandon Marshall was like, Brandon Marshall was talking about it on Inside the NFL, and he was like, to me, I wanted a black guy as a coach. I always wanted one because he would be able to lead more of his team because they're 80% black. The NFL is 80% black, so he would be able to relate to the black. But then Phil Simms is like, dude, what are you talking about? He goes, he's white quarterback, and he was like, I talk to all of my teammates the same way. If you're a leader of men, you're a leader of men. I didn't go into the huddle and say, hey, I can only relate to these white guys over here, so my wide receivers, I'm not gonna talk
Yeah,
to
but
them.
I think that's two different things. You can lead people that
It's
are
the
willing
same
that are
thing.
willing to listen. Doesn't mean you can relate to them.
But it's the same thing.
It's
If
not.
you're- if
Leading
you're-
and relating are two different things.
but that's what you want.
A good
If you
leader
want a
can
leader-
relate to your people, though. That's
You can't relate to someone if you've never been in their shoes. You
well,
can't.
that's everybody's unique in that sense.
But a black
You're never-
man can relate to more.
But
to
one black
no,
man
black
can't relate
individuals.
to
That's
another black
that's
man.
assuming. There's
No.
there's black people that are grown in privilege that never knew the
Well,
streets.
sure. There's
So you can't say they
exceptions.
could relate.
There's exceptions to every rule.
Exactly.
But you're not hiring privileged black head coaches in the NFL. You're not just interviewing the black ones. You're just asking me, do I have a problem with that rule? No. I think anybody and everybody should be able to coach, apply for it. And if there's a rule that says we need to interview one Mexican and one black guy, fine. It's a rule. Well, it doesn't hurt me. Let the guy go in there. Maybe he'll wow them with something and get an opportunity that wasn't there.
And maybe he's just to check off the
maybe, but if the black coach doesn't have a problem with that, why should I?
No, well, my point is you're forcing it on people on
You're
a
not
team.
forcing it on nobody.
You're forcing it on the
because they don't
on
have
the
to
team.
do it. They don't have to do it. If they do it because the guy's great as a coach and he
Okay,
wins the
I
interview,
get that. I get you're forcing
them.
the team to have to do it.
Yeah.
Sure,
Exactly.
I see that.
It's just
that
like
forced
saying I need to do
compliance.
one Asian, one Mexican,
but
one.
What is it really hurting them? What does it really hurt?
Waste of time.
Yeah.
It's they
Fill out the paperwork.
if there's one thing an NFL team has, it's time and money. It's
Well,
not hurting
there's
nothing.
no doubt about
They're gonna
that.
send their private jet. They're gonna put them in their own lounge. They're gonna. That's what they got. The owner and whatever isn't probably isn't even sitting down with them. It's probably assistant coaches or people that they got that come in and do the interviews. It's probably no one in the upper management even seeing the guy, but they're following the rule. It doesn't hurt nobody. And if the black man or the minority guy doesn't hurt his feelings to go in and interview for it, then what are we hurting?
You're not wrong.
Other than making a team do
Yeah.
something,
You're
that they
not
shouldn't have to
wrong,
do.
but it shouldn't even be an issue.
It shouldn't be
But-
forced.
How long has the Rooney Rule been in place?
I
Do
think
you know?
maybe early 90s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, time to fact check.
But dude, also it's like it. I don't know, man. It's just weird.
I just don't believe in forcing a choice. That's all. Whether the
2003.
rule makes sense or not,
2003.
Well, you're
or
not.
it's helped or not, I just don't believe in forcing a
You're
rule.
Which I don't think it's helped.
You're
I mean,
not-
if you look at it, it hasn't helped. Because even the black coaches that have been hired, they haven't performed very well. And then when they get fired, they're like, they're firing him because he's black. But it's like maybe he wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
But he had the opportunity, so I mean, you can't knock that. They gave him an opportunity.
Yeah, but then is it better after? Is it better to bring a dude in 1 year and be like, oh, you didn't work out, you're fired?
The opportunity's there, dude. I'm sure for that dude, he would rather say I coached 1 year in the NFL than I never had the opportunity at all
I don't know, man.
because I'm black or because they felt like they had to give it to me. Whatever.
Well, that's my point. It shouldn't be because you were black or because they felt they had to give it.
What is it
Yeah,
hurting?
you should
There's a
earn
lot
it.
of things that shouldn't be.
It's
but
all about merit, in my opinion.
And in the workplace, in laws and everything, there's things that we all got to abide by, whether we agree with it or not. It's just the way the rules are written.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the rules should exist.
We'll take away all rules then.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
we got
saying take away all
chaos.
rules.
Huh?
And
Hey,
we got
hey, there's some
anarchy.
things that shouldn't be written down. That's just my opinion.
I'm just saying,
But-
it doesn't hurt the team.
But
why
I
we
say if you have the merit, interview by all means, right?
But do you agree with that? Like in college, like people should be let into a college because they're black.
Well, no,
People
hang on. It's not just that. It's different racial groups are held to different entrance standards.
Yes.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Is that the standards for one person can be higher, let's say Asians in Harvard,
Yeah.
than, let's say, an African American.
Yeah.
The point difference to get in is drastic.
Like at Harvard, I think it's a 1350 that an Asian has to score, and then for African American, it's like 1100. Do you think that's fair?
Well, where am I at? If I'm
What do you mean? Where
because
am I
if I'm born in fucking China, I'm probably smart
at?
as
If
it
you're
is
in
because
If
their
you're-
standards
we're
are
talking about
different.
America. We're talking about America.
Their
In
standards are
America.
different, so I'm gonna go in there and do a 1350 anyways. And be
No,
like, well,
we're talking about in America.
I was raised in a different household than someone maybe.
So then you
a
think
minority.
that's okay?
That what? That colleges have to pull in so many ethnic
No,
groups?
you think that's okay that an Asian guy has to score 250 points higher than a African American on the SAT or ACT to get into Harvard?
I never really thought about it, so I don't know. I never.
Well, I'm asking you.
But they're brought up in two different.
That has nothing to do with
Yeah.
it, though.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you're a minority that's raised by, say, your grandmother who you had to work and manage the house and you couldn't put all your time in studying, it's different than growing up in an Asian household where it's study first.
But hang on, do you understand the implications that happen when you hold some? Let's say Harvard, what was it, a 1350? I think their average score to get in is probably like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Just for like they set their entrance standard on that score based on their curriculum. And if they lower it to below that just to check a box to let so many people in, they're kind of setting people up for failure by letting them in because they weren't qualified academically.
And because of that, and it's true, because of that, more black people have dropped out of college because they feel like they're not, on the same level as the people that they're going to.
Yeah, but that's with anything. Even the coaching in the NFL, you can let them in. Doesn't mean that they'll be successful. They had the opportunity. They can always drop down to a different level or do something else. Same thing with the kids. They may go to Harvard and realize, damn, this is too much. Doesn't mean they can't go to another college. Doesn't mean they can change their major or minor or whatever that doesn't require that high standard.
Sure.
So it's the opportunity of being there.
But I think
no, but the thing is you're separating the standards for people, which to me you would think
the
that
standards
the standards should be the same for everybody.
Yeah, but not everybody is.
No, but the standards should be the same for everybody, right?
You want
everybody
all
to
about,
be equal,
exactly,
right? Everybody's equal.
Then everybody
should have to score the same.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case here. Okay. So do you think that's fair? Because
it's not the case for everybody to score the same thing.
Because you think everybody should have equal pay and all this other shit, right? That's how you think. Well, equal rights, equal pay, equal everything. Right?
Fuck, you're asking me things I never fucking think about, motherfucker. Shit, these are things y'all talk about, and I play Call of Duty. I don't fucking think about equality. As long as I'm fucking making money and taking care of my family, that's all I care about.
But you think okay? So if your daughter was going into school, right? Mm-hmm. If she was going into UT, and they told her, hey, you have to score 1250 to get in, right? And she scores a 1200.
Yeah.
But then an African American comes in and scores an 1100, and they let him in. How would you feel?
I would say, baby, you got to go to Texas State or somewhere. Sorry.
What if it's like that everywhere?
Dude, the world is fucking unfair everywhere. Well, these are the rules. So
you would just say, hey, sorry, you can't go to college.
For the NFL rule.
I'm
the
just
world
saying,
is unfair.
No, well, it is unfair. But I'm saying, to me, the college rule would be like, okay, we'll let you in. But if you don't make it, you don't make it. But we're gonna let you in because you're a minority. Okay, that's how I feel with the NFL.
Daryl, Harvard is a private institution, but so are NFL teams. So they should be able to do whatever they want to.
If the NFL team says, "Hey, we got to let you in," great, give him the opportunity. If he fails and can't do it, then it wasn't for him. Same thing with the schooling.
But the score,
it's a waste of money. It's a waste of a position.
The lack of meeting that entrance score is kind of saying, "Hey, you're not there academically for our curriculum."
Yeah.
Try another school instead of, oh, hey, let's take this and let's take out $80,000 in debt, and then they only last 2 semesters. They've still got to pay that money back, and they're out, everything.
They're worse in.
It's literally setting some people up for failure. Now, I mean, there are some people who do get in this and they still exceed, but people like that are going to exceed regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But it sets people up for failure that it shouldn't happen. When you have multiple standards for different ethnic backgrounds, it defeats the purpose of a standard.
Yes.
I mean, bottom line.
Yeah.
Done. End of sentence.
Agreed.
Real talk.
But Daryl, it is comparing the two. You can't have one and the other. If you're gonna do something like that for one race, that's basically what both, it's basically what Harvard and the NFL are doing. They're doing something for a certain race, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be all races are equal.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Right?
I hear you, man. And I acknowledge
I play Call of Duty.
I acknowledge your opinion, and I respect your opinion.
Is Call of Duty equal?
And it's great that we can all have a different opinion in here and still coexist in this little room.
Well, I fucking hate you now, dude. Now that I know that you,
But I love you.
I love you too.
Damn Texans and Niners fans, go get a room.
We love it. All right, man, we got to get out of here. It's past my bedtime.
Tell me about it,
dude. Happy New Year, guys. Hopefully we kill it in 2020. Merry Christmas. Because we forgot that holiday too.
I passed it.
Right? Yeah. Facebook page is From the Left Hash. So is our Twitter. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.